Eagles. Eagles.
And for the first time in 20 years, the Philadelphia Eagles are repeat NFC East champions. They get the win today over the NFC East rival Washington Commanders, 29-18. And for the first time since 2004, so that'd be 21 years, the Philadelphia Eagles have repeated as division champions with Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts in one of the most successful eras so far of Eagle football. Welcome into the JAKIB Postgame Show, everybody. Don't forget to hit that like button. I'm joined now by Dan Sileo, host of the National Football Show, 2 to 6 Eastern every Monday through Friday. Former Miami Hurricane, off the heels of a big Miami win today. Big Sills, what's going on, man? Eagles, they win the division for the first time, man. A repeat division winner in 20 years. To me, that's a bigger story than this game, but they did get the win today, brother.
Absolutely, man. I mean, that's a great accomplishment going back-to-back like that in a division that have swung back for almost 3 decades now that you never had a back-to-back. I mean, great accomplishment, too. You just added to really the trophy case now with what you're doing there with Philadelphia now, and there it is right now. I mean, that's a hell of an accomplishment, man. You have done that now again since 2004. You now have become repeat champions in the NFC East, and you get ready for Buffalo, and then you get ready to go into the playoffs, see how they do in the playoffs.
No doubt. Sills, what do you make of the game? I mean, look, there's a lot of takeaways for me in this game, actually more than I thought there would be. I get it. The opponent, not very good when you're playing against Josh Johnson. You can't make too much. But look, here's the things I like, Sills, and you tell me, like you did last week, if I'm way overstating it or overreacting. But this is what I like. One, I like Barkley. I like Barkley running hard. Yep. I like the yards per carry. He has 21 carries today for $132. You got
and a 6'6".
Right, and he had a couple explosive runs. He had the 48-yard run, which didn't result in a touchdown, but he also had the touchdown run as well. That's number one, because to me, this running game has to get going as we now set our sights, not on individual games, but on what this team's going to do in the playoffs. And the other thing I like today is, again, I will factor in the bad defense you played against here, but Jalen Hurts, again, looks more comfortable throwing the ball, a little bit more accurate in this game, more decisive with the football, getting the ball to AJ, getting the ball to Devontae, more under center stuff consistently. I think this offense has shown quiet improvement in the last 3-4 weeks. Again, I know it's bad opponents, but those are the two big takeaways positively that I'll take away from this game.
I took limited things away from the game again for a second straight week. Again, I'm not giving a 4-win football team any kind of kudos except it's a division win. Okay? If Mariota doesn't go down, they're in the ball game, dude. I mean, you were playing against a limited football team. I got to give it to Washington. They showed up, and I will go once again. I mean, the thing that I liked is that, you got the run game going. That's kind of the only thing that I really took out of it was the fact that they got that run game going and they were able to create some lanes for him. Washington is one of the worst run defenses in pro football. So once again, I really didn't take a lot away from that football game. I mean, the 2 corners that played in that game were on practice squads 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, no.
To sit there and say that those windows were not going to be so wide open, I'm sorry, man. I'm not going to be a glazed donut here and say that all of a sudden now this 22nd ranked passing attack is all of a sudden showing any kind of signs of consistency. Let's see what they do against Buffalo, dude.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Let's see what they do up there. Now, again, here, look, don't ever underestimate a win in this league. Okay, you can't. I don't care if it's against them or if it's against the Raiders. You have got to take all these wins, and again, there's no question about it. And I think really what's going to happen is now you're going to start to see that schedule start to help out the defensive numbers a little bit. And I do think that the defense is really playing some pretty good ball right now. They really are on that side of the ball. And I think the tackling in open space was really good tonight. So for me, if I was going to look at something, I would really look on the other side of the ball, plus the running attack. And I would also say this too, Zander. That's probably the first time in a couple of weeks that you won the point of attack on both sides of the football. Again, if you want to go Raider game, that's fine. But I thought they won both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, there was, I took a little bit more positive in the passing game. I'm okay with your perspective on it. I mean, look, you beat two teams that have 2 wins Raiders, 4 wins Commanders. These aren't the teams you beat to say you're ready to make a run. but I do think they showed some positive things. Now, if they can put it all together, they will have a good test next week in Buffalo, by the way. That game will be in Buffalo, so that'll be a hell of a game. Sills, one of the other names I wrote down, top of my list, and I do have some negatives, and we'll get there, mainly Jake Elliott, all right?
Wow.
But my top name on my list from takeaways, and this is a positive name, Jordan Davis, dude. Is he a beast or is he? Now, I get it, all right, playing the Commanders, but this dude's been great all year. It's the best year he's had easily as an Eagle. He's found himself the voice. You even heard Vic Fangio talking about him as a leader, comfortable, confident. This is the guy that we thought we were getting when we drafted him a couple years ago with the 13th overall pick. That looks like the Jordan Davis we expected to see.
Again, if you're going to pay a guy $20+ million, you don't have a 3-down guy. He doesn't play 3 downs. And to sit there and say that, again, they play more in a different front than what a Vita Vea and what a Dexter Lawrence is. Now, I'll tell you what, and I agree with you, as productive as he's been this year, he's been pretty consistent all season long, and I do think that he's played Pro Bowl football. I do. And I do think that, again, one of the issues that you've had over the last couple of weeks, I still think if you look at the numbers here a little bit, I mean, Washington was pretty limited here. They did hold them under 100 yards rushing, so that's a pretty damn good effect that they did against his team. And, again, 3.5 yards per carry, that's kind of where you want to be. So the Eagles really shut that running attack down. And if you want to take something away defensively again, like I said, I'm more thrilled about the way the defense has played over the last month. I really don't take very much away from the offense, except for the run game. Except for the run game. Except for the run game. I do this, though. I'm taking a lot away for the last, I'd say, month and a half away from the defense. I think they're improving a lot.
So you haven't seen, I mean, tell me what you saw then from Jalen Hurts today, because I saw it a little differently, just in terms of, I know you're playing a bad defense, but to me, he looks more comfortable once again in the pocket. He had that 3-4 game stretch, those Sills, where he didn't look like himself. He's more accurate again. He's been more decisive with the football, with the ball coming out. He's looking to get the ball to his top 2 wideouts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. A.J. Brown had 12 targets in the game today, and he had 7 carries for 40 yards in the rushing game as well. So Hurts goes for 225 yards of offense today in what I thought was a decisive, good game of football for Jalen Hurts. You don't see it that way? How do you see Jalen Hurts' game today?
9, 10, 11. So in the last 11 ball games, you guys have still played against 2 top-flight defenses and beat them. I mean, in the last couple of games that you've played, when you're talking about playing against good football teams, I mean, everyone's going off the last 2 games and starting to say that Jalen Hurts is looking good. When you look at these other ball games with some of these winning football teams, I mean, dog, I mean, at the end of the day, how impressed can you be with the Raiders and Commanders and where they are? I mean, what are you really looking at here? I mean, you're seeing consistency against the Commanders and Raiders. If you want to sit there and say that they're getting a more continuity and you think they're looking good against the Raiders and Commanders, I don't have a problem with that. But until I see them beat someone legitimate, let's do the Bills here coming up in the next week. I'm not sitting there going like this, well, that offense is back. I mean, where in the world would anybody with any brains think that they got their offense back against the Commanders and the Raiders?
No, I don't think it's about getting it back. You know, so I think you're at a point in the year.
I'm not aiming that at you too, Zander.
No, I know you're not. Look, I'm fine with you having a different opinion. Here's what I would say though. At this point in the year, I'm not necessarily looking for this offense to be something new. We know what they are now, right? We're 15 games into this thing. You're 10-5. You know what you are. I'm looking for confidence-building games going into the biggest part of the year. You know, got to play your best football going into the postseason. I get it. It's not great opponents, but I do think they found some confidence, or at least it feels like they found some confidence, and I think that's something they can build on going into the postseason. Am I going to sit here and say that everything is solved because you threw the ball in them? No.
So a football team that's been to 5 consecutive playoffs and a football team that's been to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years needs confidence? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
No problem. All right. Well, I'm not getting confidence off the Raiders. I'm not getting confidence off the Raiders and Commander games.
By the way, we're 9.5 minutes into the show. We can't get to 10 minutes before we talk about the legend, the newest legend in the city of brotherly love. It's Tyler Steen, baby, taking on everybody. Come on, Washington.
Hey.
Let's go, baby.
Hey, 8 guys jumped them. 8 guys jumped them. 8 guys jumped them.
I know. And look, there's a thin line there where you want to be careful with that stuff. But for this team, I like that right there.
Yeah.
This team is a team that needs to get galvanized before the postseason.
Yeah.
I like Tyler Steen putting himself out there. I like him defending his guys. I like Tyler Steen doing that. I understand.
Hey, bro, I'll give you some more. I'll give you some more positives on this here. Hey, dude, Brandon Graham is starting to show up.
Oh yeah,
he's starting to show up, man. I'll tell you what, getting his ass out of retirement, it's not just been a novelty. I thought this thing was just going to be like a rocking chair tour. He's actually become productive, man. He's been in there. They've been using him in different positions. Kudos to Brandon Graham for showing up, dude. I'm good with that.
Yeah, I don't know how many snaps he played, but he is productive in the snaps he's playing.
I think he got another sack.
He did early in the game. I mean, in his second sack of the game. So I don't know how many sacks he ended up playing, but at one point he had 3 sacks in his last 9 snaps.
I know. That's fantastic production.
Yeah, from last week. So, no, I did think that was good, though, with Tyler Steen. I get it. It's a thin line. I'm not saying that you want to go out there and just start fighting everybody, but I like that for this team in that moment, man. Galvanize everybody. Get everybody on the same page. Bring that locker room as close as you can get it, because that's what you're going to need, in my opinion, in the postseason. So the Eagles win today, 29-18, guys, is the final score. I'll rattle off to you guys a little look at the box score. Before I do that, here's some team stats for you. First downs, Eagles had 26 of them today to Washington's only 15. By the way, Josh Johnson. I don't know how we always get so lucky playing Josh Johnson. If you remember, Sills, he was the quarterback for the Niners in that NFC championship.
And then, remember, they knocked his ass out. Then Christian McCaffrey closed it up almost. Then they put Brock Purdy's ass back in that NFC championship game.
That's right. No doubt about it. Total plays.
I told you were going to have issues in your kicking game in the pregame. I said, you want to get this guy in there and get his ass ready. Don't you want to get and see if this guy's going to be ready? Boy, I'll tell you what. You got huge issues going into that. If you got to go on the road, and you got to go into Seattle, or you got to go into a place like Los Angeles, and these games are going to be close, Zander, and you don't have a confident kicker. Now, I'll ask you this. Do you think they went for the 2 when they got that touchdown because they wanted to go for 2? Or do you think that they went for 2 because they didn't have really the confidence in the place kicker?
Well, I'll answer this way. Because they kicked the point after on the previous touchdown, I'll say they wanted the 2 there. But okay. I will say this, and we'll come back to Jake Elliott. I'm going to read these stats, and we'll come right back to Elliott. He's my number one big concern right now in the Eagles coming out of this game. I mean, he's missed 7 field goals now in the last 6 games.
And you opened the game putting the ball on the carpet.
Yep. Special teams, brutal. Exactly right. Fumbled on the opening kickoff. Special teams was brutal today. I mean, they were brutal today. So definitely something to watch. Total plays in the game was 66 for the Birds, 51 for the Commanders. Total yards, 385 for the Birds, 220 for the Commanders. So another good game for the Eagles defense. They had 34 minutes time of possession and only had 5 penalties in the game. They were 3 for 3 in the red zone. So the Eagles continue to dominate in the red zone. And then the third down efficiency, they were 4 for 9 today. Jalen Hurts in the game was 22 of 30 for 185 yards throwing, 2 touchdowns. He took 2 sacks in the game. Saquon Barkley, 21 for $132 and a touchdown with a long of 48. Well done by Saquon Barkley. Jalen Hurts, again, runs the ball. So if anybody was concerned about that ankle, I know I was a little bit. 7 carries, 40 yards for Jalen Hurts. Tank Bigsby, 4 carries for 37. A.J. Brown with 9 catches on 12 targets for 95 yards, and Devontae Smith 6 for 42. Goddard 3 for 30.
Let me ask you, for me, my game ball goes to Saquon. I would give my game ball to Saquon Barkley and what he did in that offensive side. Who would you give it on the defensive side?
Jordan Davis. Because I think he's continuing. You could go BJ for the sack, but I think the whole defense played well. I think the loss into Kobe Dean is going to be something to keep an eye on. I don't necessarily think that that's the same defense.
Did they hold them out because they're being protective, or did they hold them out because, once again, he's injured? Again, like we said, Zander.
Hamstring.
You talked about Jaden Daniels, and you said to me about availability. Well, here we are again. I mean, we're at the end of the season again, and he even missed the first part of the season. So I'm not going to go over the line here until we find out what John.
No, you're right. I mean, look, him staying on the field has been a problem in his career. There's no doubt.
I'll tell you one thing that I would give him this. He's really turned a corner being with Vic's system, and he's really fit with no question about it. He has been a asset to Vic But
how
at the end of the day,
about Cooper DeJean for defensive MVP? Remember, he had that pick
I
today.
think it's Q, actually.
Q is so good, dude. You can't throw on Q. You really can't.
Bro, he was really great in this game. Bro, I'll tell you what, more and more you see him playing, I mean, he just might be the best player on that defense.
Yeah, he's really, really.
He's a really good football player. And one of the most critical positions that you can have is the corner position. Boy, I really like the way Q played in this ball game too, you know?
Yep, no doubt about it. Good stuff there for
By the
everybody.
way, I'm going to praise the defense more because of all the missing pieces that you guys had at the offseason and what you guys have been able to do compared to you bringing back pretty much just about everybody on that side of the ball. I'm more so looking at that defense going like this, bro, it's getting better and better. They're climbing up that list now. You know what, Zander? They may end up a top 10 defensive football team.
They could. I mean, it's a little harder for me today to gauge the defense because Josh Johnson's throwing the ball. I mean, it was Mariota for most of the game, so I'm not trying to overstate it.
Mariota had them in it.
But yeah, Josh Johnson is terrible. I respect him for being around so long.
Number 13, dude. What were you expecting? The guy to go out there and touchdown passes?
Yeah, I'm just saying, the defense didn't give up many yards, but between Mariota was 7 of 14 today for 95 yards.
Hey, did you see that number that Mariota and Hurts have the same exact numbers with 82 starts?
Is that right?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. Was that on the broadcast?
I posted it up there that in 82 starts, Jalen Hurts and Marcus Mariota have the same exact numbers in their careers.
So for my defensive, we're going to talk about Jake Elliott here in a second. Jordan Davis to me is the one I'm most confident in, especially moving forward, or at least the one I'm taking out of as the biggest positive. And then you have you mentioned them, Cooper and Quinion both playing really good football. Brandon Graham again with a sack today. How about it? Byron Young had a sack today. Jordan Davis had 2 tackle for losses. So good stuff there. Sills, the Jake Elliott problem. This one is a little complex, dude. Like, where do they go from here? Do you
Nowhere.
really? You can't, right?
No,
I mean, I have people like, we got to be working guys out. We got to bring in kickers.
Absolutely not. Bro, it's
right?
December 20th. You think you're working? You are what you are.
No,
you are.
The Rams just fired their special teams coach.
Bro, you're not. But yeah, okay, they fired the coach. They didn't fire anybody in the special teams. You're not taking personnel out of this right now. Who are you going to go? What are you going to bring a guy off the street and you're going to take your starting kicker out and you're 10-5 and you just won the East? Really? Bro, that's like the dumb conversation of benching Hurts.
I don't know, man.
Stupid.
I mean, the difference.
They're not going to go anywhere. And you know what? I guarantee you, mark my words, when Nick Sirianni gets up and addresses the media today, he'll say, we have 1,000% confidence in Jake Elliott.
Yeah, but he already doesn't show that. I mean, earlier in the game, after Elliott missed those kicks early in the second half, the Eagles had a 4th and 7, and it would have been a 53-yard field goal or 56-yard field goal, and they opted to go for it. Now, they didn't have anything on the 4th down. It was actually an interception that was turned back because of a defensive penalty.
So you sound like a pessimist saying that they may do something? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying they're going to do something. I'm saying I'm concerned about Jake Elliott. I don't think they're going to do anything because I think you're right. I mean, here's the problem. If you're not confident in Jake Elliott, which I'm not, and I don't think the Eagles are anymore, you're now not only do you have to bring in a guy who's actually good at making kicks, but you have to bring somebody in that's going to give you more confidence. That's a very hard thing to do in week 16.
How about this? Don't you think this puts more pressure on Kevin Patullo on 3rd and short?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now think about this now. When you're like in the middle of the football field, and maybe you get on the other side and you're at the 40-yard line, are you more apt to go for it now on 4th and 4, 4th and 3, than kicking the field goal now? Doesn't that change your play calling once you get into the postseason as well? See, the Jake Elliott issue, Zander, probably changes your approach because if you're not comfortable in your kicking, when you get inside on the other side of the 50, on the plus 50, you're going to be more apt to go for it, which means this. If that offense, which has been notoriously bad this year against good teams on 3rd and long, on 3rd down, and they hang out at the bottom of the league, all of a sudden you're turning the ball over to a playoff team in the middle of the field. That's not where you want to be in a playoff game.
Dude, and speaking of it, we're coming off a game today where, not NFL, your Miami team took down Texas A&M in Texas A&M at Kyle Field on the road in a great game by Miami, a low-scoring defensive battle, but dude, special teams matters, especially in these big games. And you saw today, that's why I bring up Miami. They had a couple missed kicks with their kicker, and some people argued that guy who took in the touchdown late should have just knelt it. And I'm like, no way, man. They didn't trust that kicker. So I think
that changes your play calling when you don't trust your kicker.
Yeah.
I do. I think
the question is, how much do you trust the play calling?
Well, what's your choices? Going with Elliott or going with the inexperienced play caller? I think, again, that's a factor as you're heading into the playoffs.
Now, if you remember,
play caller and you got a struggling kicker.
If you remember, Sills, last year, Jake Elliott struggled in the regular season, and he turned it on in the postseason. He had a perfect postseason, perfect in the Super Bowl. Do you think – I'm just throwing it out there.
No. That's why Nick is going to hang in there and the organization, and more so not Nick.
Well, remember, they also paid the guy $6 million last year.
How he's going to hang on this guy, though, because of what you just said.
Yeah.
Okay, against the Washington Commanders, he misses 3 field goals. I get it, okay? But you're going to go into the postseason with this guy, and if this guy shits the bed in the postseason, I think that's another issue they'll address in the offseason.
Yep, no doubt about it. Sills, offensively today, I get it. The Eagles win the game 29-18. A.J. Brown, though, he's really, I feel like he's really come alive a little bit here. It feels like Jalen Hurts wants to get him the ball more. He's getting open, getting yards after the catch. I like what I've seen from A.J. Brown in the recent weeks. And this goes back before the last 2 weeks versus crappy opponents. This has been for the last 4 or 5 weeks. What'd you make of A.J. Brown's performance? And are you noticing a difference in the way they're using A.J. Brown?
I think this came down to just the opponent not really having the corners. He was playing so far off him. And I think I got to tell you, man, I think AJ and Jalen Hurts, Jalen spotted that. That's something that the quarterback has to do. And he saw how far they were playing off the ball. Dude, you give AJ Brown that kind of cushion, he's going to torture defenses. Yeah. And I think, don't you agree, with them being able to get the ball early to AJ Brown, I thought that opened up the run game for Saquon Barkley in the second half of the football game. And I thought that's what created some more of those big explosion plays for the run game.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So good stuff there. I like what I've seen from A.J. Brown. Goddard, come on. How about that? That was a great touchdown catch by Goddard. Good throw by Jalen as well. But that was a nice little play there. And that was interesting because that was the tush push. They ran 2 tush pushes in a row. By the way, tush push, gone. You almost might as well just look for a different way to convert in short yardage.
Can I tell you what I think's happened? I think that Cam Jurgens and the injuries to Landon, I think that's really taken its toll on that play. And you could see that they're just not getting the same push that they did 3 years ago. I mean, bro, they're just not getting the movement on the ball there. I think Washington did as good a job as they could stuffing that thing, especially down there on the goal line. I think that play, like you said, man, I mean, dude, get this. You might as well just have a quarterback sneak instead of that just that tush, but just get it in there, man. I mean, because at the end of the day, bro, that thing's not really being effective right now. It's actually being counterproductive in what they're doing. I don't know. Hand it to Barkley. I mean, the play's just not working right now.
Yo, I got to call out somebody here on the postgame show. I got to call out Dan Quinn. He coaches like a loser to me.
Okay.
First drive of the game. Your team is 4-10. You're playing a divisional opponent that's about to win the East. Your special teams gets a massive forced fumble. You recover it. You drive all the way down to the 3-yard line with a couple big plays. And instead of trying to push that ball in and going and playing aggressive and playing for the win, you settle for 3. And then to boot, they're down 11 points. It was 21 or 20, whatever the score was. They were down 11 points in the fourth quarter. And it's 4th and 5 or 6. And he punts the ball away. I'm like, dude, you play to lose the game. I don't like that. I hate coaches who play to lose the game. I don't like that. Be aggressive. What do you have to lose? Be aggressive. Try and win the game, dude.
I know you know The Art of War, the book.
Yeah.
When you have a superior opponent, you have to adjust yourself to that superior opponent. They have nothing in that football game heading into it. Don't you think you create a little bit of confidence if you're putting points up on a football team that you have no right being in the game with, and that helps you and that you're trying to at least show your guys that you're trying to be in the game? I completely agree. Listen, hold on. If everything was equal, Zander, I completely agree if both teams are fighting it off. Like here, Sean McVay being conservative early on in September, I thought that he basically coached himself out of that game against the Eagles. What were you expecting Dan Quinn? He was undermanned. He was outmatched. He had a backup quarterback. And then at the end of the day, he had a third-team quarterback. So when you're talking, and I get it, you had a lot of momentum there. I said the same thing, man, you're 4 wins. Do you go for it? Maybe in that situation, I would have to try to get me a little bit more momentum, but they had momentum. I mean, Zander, look at the halftime score. Look at the halftime score. They were in the fucking ball game.
They were up 10-7. So you're not wrong about that. The only thing there is like when you get that opportunity, knowing all the things you just said, backup quarterback, boom, you got to get in there. I think that's fair. The punt late, I don't think there's any justification for that.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
bro, go for it. Go for it there. But again, what you're trying to do is show your guys that you're keeping them in the game. And like you said, they had a halftime lead going into the half, man. I mean, you're telling me that he had poor coaching when he had the lead at the half, and then he had some losing quarterback?
That's fair. I just wanted to call it out because if the Eagles played that way, I'd be upset with it.
Of course they would. I would too, because they're a playoff team and they're a team that's supposed to be a Super Bowl team, and they're playing against a 4-win team. Nothing was equal in that game, dude, except the fact that the Eagles in the first half. How do you think the Eagles played in the first half?
Well, I thought offensively they moved the ball. They struggled to capitalize on opportunities. Defense, they had the 2 missed field goals. Jake Elliott really caught. They just couldn't get points, but it felt like they were playing all right in the first half.
And they were down still.
They were down still. Yeah, they're down 10-7 at halftime.
Okay. I mean, okay. I mean, look.
Can you give me your analysis of Jalen Hurts right now? I mean, I get where you're coming from, but he had that lull period. He had where he was really not playing good football. And I think he's had 2 back-to-back good games. Now, I get it, bad opponents, but give me your analysis on what you're seeing from Jalen Hurts right now.
I think he's being consistent. I think he's being consistent football, and I think he's protected the football. Outside of that, I don't see anything else. I mean, again, these windows were so wide open because of the lack of talent in both the Raiders and the Commanders. I mean, again, I'm not going to sit here and just like with Seth and Hugh Douglas, what's funny? People think that that's hating when you're sitting there giving a fair analysis on what you saw here today. They took care of business. Remember what I said too, Zander. I don't give a shit what this thing looks like. Get out of it healthy. Be a little consistent. Go into the Buffalo game. See if you're going to be able to be consistent and do the things that you did against the Raiders and against the Commanders. Maybe that helps you go into that football game with a little bit more confidence. But again, I'm more impressed with the defense and how the defense is coming along, because that offense to me, again, in the first half, you said they played well and they were still down to a football team with 4 wins. And then they had to end up closing up the game with a 13 quarterback. Bro, at the end of the day here, man, I mean, Washington was exceptionally limited in this ball game, and they still hung around a little bit until the quarterback got knocked out with a concussion. I mean, is that not what you saw?
Well, I feel like I've seen a little bit more of a decisive Jalen Hurts. That ball seems to be coming out. I like that he's looking to his 2 receivers. I mean, at halftime, Sills, he had only targeted 2 receivers. He had only targeted AJ and Devontae. And John's like, well, you want to see him spread the ball. And I'm like, wait. I spent the first 8 weeks of the year calling for AJ and Devontae to get the ball. If those guys are open and Jalen Hurts throws to them, I'm not about to dock Jalen Hurts for throwing the ball to AJ and Devontae. So, no, I think he's looked a little more decisive with the ball.
Okay.
I think he's been, more accurate, because there was those period there, like that Charger game and the games right before there. He was not accurate. He was not accurate.
The Charger defense is ranked 3rd in the league.
Yeah,
and the Commander defense is 26th.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's quite a difference.
I know. They're on backup corners, too.
Okay. And so there's a little difference there with that. You know what I'm saying?
There's no doubt. I agree there. All right. Good opening segment, everybody. The Eagles are NFC East champions. They win the game today.
Huge accomplishment.
Very big. So I'll show you guys the graphic right here. This is the last 20 winners of the NFC East. They showed this on the broadcast, and you can see there's been no repeat winners in the division, the longest streak of any division in NFL history. And a big shout out to Nick Sirianni, Jalen Hurts, and the rest of the Eagles roster for getting it done. 2025, they are the NFC East champions. So well done by them. The first division repeat
8 times too, by the way, since that number too. So Cowboys with 7, Eagles with 8 in that time frame.
There you go. So now the most for the Eagles in that time frame. Good stuff there. I appreciate everybody for being here. We'll take a couple super chats from the great people of JAKIB Nation. Thanks, everybody, for being here. Sales on the postgame. Before I go to the supers, I got to ask you. I know you're feeling good because your Miami Hurricanes won today. What were your quick takeaways just from that game? We won't go too long on it. I know we're an Eagle postgame show. But I know you're feeling good with a Miami win today. On the road versus one of the best teams in college football this year.
Yeah, but I'm going to hang something on what you said to me the last couple months here. Carson Beck, if you're going to play against the Ohio State Buckeyes, Junior, you're going to have to put some offense up there, and you're going to have to go into that Cotton Bowl, and you're going to have to make some points happen, because if you can't make some points happen, that defense is not going to win you a game. I still think that this is going to be a low-scoring football game, and I was really proud. You go into College Station, let's not forget something. Notre Dame allowed 40 points plus in that football game against Texas A&M. Miami went into that building and held them to 3 points. Okay? Held an SEC team with 11 wins to 3 points in their own barn. So that's the best defensive football team I've seen Miami have in over 25 years. And I'll tell you what, by the way, I got to show you this, Xander. Mario Cristobal's been texting me just out the wazoo the entire time here, just telling me and showing me. Again, look at this here. So just to show everybody here, Mario's been texting me here.
You have Mario on what, once a week or once every other week?
I get Mario on the Tampa show once a week. And by the way, he's agreed to come on next week as they get ready to go into the Cotton Bowl. So we'll have Mario Cristobal on both shows next week. We'll have him on, and we'll talk a little Canes football as they get ready for Ohio State.
Awesome. Well done by Miami today, getting the dub. And then also
your Bama boys, man. I mean, your Bama boys get Indiana, too.
Yep, it's going to be a good one. So we got a couple good college games coming up here for the people of the network. Good stuff.
Hey, one thing real quick. Come on, man. What are you letting Tulane in that thing for, man?
Yeah, I don't know. And it's funny to me, college football fans are crying about like Alabama and Miami. And I'm like, dude, cry about Tulane and JMU. Everybody knew Tulane was going to get blown out today.
It's JV football, dude.
It's so stupid. I mean, if you're Notre Dame, don't bitch about Alabama being in. Bitch about those guys being in. We don't need those.
JV football at its best.
Yeah. What was the final score of that Ole Miss guy? I know they were blowing
41-6. I mean, they kicked the crap out of them, man. They had no right being in that ball game.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Let's get to some super chats. JD3, what's up, man? What's up? The Mean Green Machine, Tyler Steen, is a dog. I called it when he made Mason Graham cry in the scrimmage. My boy. Tyler Steen, baby, putting the city on his back, Sills.
And like King Kong out there, wasn't he, man?
Hey, we're Scrappy City. Never doubt the ability of a fight on the field to galvanize not only the locker room, but the whole city of brotherly love will now love Tyler Steen.
Hey, by the way, I just got, and I want you to feel this, guys. The Philadelphia Eagles are going to make some personnel moves, and you know what they're going to get? Is it something like signing a free agent? You're going to get Lane Johnson back, and you're going to get Jalen Carter back. Isn't that like adding free agents where you've been able to come out there and win your division now without those guys? And again, everyone was expecting Washington to be great at the end of the year. That's why you're playing them in 3 weeks twice, right? They were expecting that. But what a gift at the end of the schedule, especially for a really hard schedule that you guys played. Beginning of the year, middle of the year, and then you get a little break here at the end here. Outside of the Buffalo game, that's going to be awesome getting those guys back.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, by the way, man, if this Washington team wasn't such a letdown, this would be an even tougher end to our tough schedule. Yeah. So it is a nice little gift for the Eagles. There's no doubt about that. JD, appreciate the super brother. Here's Catch. What's up, Catch? Do we need to fire our special teams coach too?
No, Michael Clay is a great special teams coach. You need to get better personnel in there. And remember something too, Catch. Ask yourself this. The majority of the guys who got elevated that were backups a year ago are now in positions of being starters or contributors. Well, guess where that came from? That came from your special teams group a year ago. You got a brand new entire group there now where you've got to deal with a brand new set of players on that special teams. So it not only affected what Howie did to the defense in the offseason, but it also affected your special teams. And I think that's why it's been a little wobbly this year, Xander, because I don't really think that part of the football is really deep over there in their punt coverage and kickoff coverage.
Yeah, no, they're not. They're not at all. Good stuff there. Catch, appreciate your super chat, brother. I got to be honest, man. I'm concerned about Jake Elliott in the postseason. I am. Here's Marshall Chambers. What's up, Marsh? Pay Big Davis now. Hurts needs to stop trying to look pretty. Tank needs more carries. Missy Elliott needs to go. No, Hammy Dean won't get a contract here. And for you, Pumper, Tanner looked elite on that handoff. Wow, Marshall coming in hot.
Hey,
Wait,
dude.
what do you mean by Hurts needs to stop trying to look pretty? I don't think Hurts is trying to look pretty. They get 7 carries, 40 yards, 185 in the air.
No, I think he's talking about the way he slides early. The way he's not looking and again, I'm not looking for my quarterback to have contact either. I don't want Jackson Dart. I don't need that. I mean, I don't mind the way Jalen slides.
Well, me neither. But the funny part about it is it's such an awkward slide, and he's such an athletic dude. Yeah. Like Tom Brady struggled with sliding too. If you remember, remember the one time he got caught on his knee brace the one time. Jalen is so athletic, and he does kind of struggle sometimes to slide, but it is what it is. He's got to protect himself. I understand it. I like today. 7 carries, 40 yards, still protecting
himself. Good. That's a good number.
I think that's your sweet spot right there.
Yeah.
Here's Brandon Lewis. What's up, Brandon? The Eagles first played Josh Johnson back in 2009. Eagles at Bucks. Eagles won 33-14.
That's right. The Bucks initially, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Brandon, help me out here. I think the Bucks drafted him or maybe even signed him as a free agent. I know Doug Williams was in the building and Doug liked him. Hey, by the way, Zander, I might not be crazy if I said this. I think that guy's been on 12 NFL football teams.
Yeah, no, he's been around for a long
time.
And
like 5 leagues he's been in too. I mean, this guy's been around. I think this is like his 17th year or his 18th year in the National Football League. He's been around a long time. Shows you that if you're a backup quarterback, you're going to get a job, just as Chase Daniels. Now he's on TV. Maybe we'll see this guy one day. But again, I mean, I like Josh Johnson has been a decent backup, but we're looking at long in the tooth here, in my opinion.
Yep. Brandon, appreciate the super chat, brother. Good stuff there. Here, let's keep rolling here. Marshall, what's up, Marsh? Thanks again, man, for the supers today. After watching BG, when Carter comes back and he's not wrecking games, I think I'm going to need that 5th-year option. I'm not throwing money at him. Grandpa BG got 3 sacks in 2 games. Carter needs to play better. I wouldn't put too much on those sacks, man. He's playing very limited snaps.
I'll tell you what, though, man. I give him, man. He's getting great out. I mean, dude, his production is some of the most productive of anybody on that team. I mean, where's Jalen Phillips? I mean, where was he in this ball game? I didn't even see him. He was SOS, dog. I mean, I didn't see the edge rushers at all in this ball game. And you had a 13 quarterback in there. The pressure, once again, dude, you play like that against a guy like Matthew Stafford and you're not throwing any pressure at him. I don't know, man. We'll see what happens. But listen, I'll tell you what, Zach Bond and Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell are some of the best open field tackling players that I've seen in a long time. Eagles got some really good players in those 3 players when they're talking about open field tackling. They're really good.
No doubt about it. Good stuff there, Marsh. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate everybody for being here. Don't forget to hit that like button here on the show today. Thanks, everybody. We will get to all super chats, all right? So big thanks to you there. Sills, my next topic for you. Are the Eagles getting hot at the right time going into the postseason? We are in December football. Tom Brady used to say, and Bill Belichick, football starts after Thanksgiving, and the Eagles have now won 2 straight. Jalen Hurts playing 2 good games of football. Saquon Barkley's getting going. Defense still playing strong. Are the Eagles getting hot at the right time, Sills?
So let's take a look at that. And let's go here for the Eagles, and let's see since Thanksgiving and how well they've played since there's the 23rd. So let's go from the 23rd and Thanksgiving. Eagles had 3 straight losses and now have 2 straight wins versus the Raiders and Washington. If that's Tom Brady's metric, they're 2-3. So if that's playing football since Thanksgiving, congratulations. The 3 winning teams beat you, and you beat 2 teams combined with 6 wins. Are the Eagles back? Let's get it rolling here, baby. You got it. 8 quarters of football, and boy, can you feel that offense humming. I'll tell you, the only thing I'll take away is that Barkley. Dude, it's not so much the 132. It's the 6'6". That's what I need to see. You know this as well as I do, Zander. If they're going to win a Super Bowl, that guy's got to be.
Agreed.
He's got to be the guy.
I liked what I saw from him today because it's not just
about the numbers. I did too.
Dude, that touchdown run after contact. Dude, that was a beastly run. I think we need more of that. By the way, here's a photo for everybody of the franchise in the locker room, all right, after winning the NFC East again. You can see Jalen Hurts is there. That's Jeffrey Lurie, the owner, Howie Roseman in the middle, Brandon Graham, and Nick Sirianni in the locker room. The NFC, the T-shirt that they've been given says, "Been there, won that." NFC 2025 NFC East champion. So the Eagles are NFC East champions. That feels good to say. I'm happy about that.
Sure does, man. I'm glad they won the shirt. There you go. You get a shirt and a hat for that. I mean, you bet, baby. Wait a minute. I'm not kidding. It starts with the hat and shirt. Then it ends on the float. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it ends on those floats. I mean, you got to first win the hat and shirt, don't you?
Absolutely.
Okay, so listen, I'm not goofing on that. I think that's
that's the truth. I mean, that's how football's played, man. You
right.
You build your team to win your division first. So
that's
what the Eagles have done, and it is a credit to them for being able to do that. So, Sills, I asked you the question if they're getting hot at the right time here. You're still
that defense
good.
is.
That defense has kind of been pretty good.
The defense is getting hotter. The defense is getting hotter.
Is the offense getting hot? You're not ready. You won't even give them an inch.
The running game of Barkley. I mean, but
nothing for Jalen. You won't toss the guy a bone at all.
Against that defensive football team and the Raiders? No.
Play who's in front of you, man. You got to play who's in front of you. I watched them.
There's a tomato can. Well, there's a tomato can in front of them.
Well, remember, we played the Giants. That was a tomato can.
Okay, and you lost to them. Kick a tomato can. I mean, you're right. Hey, people kick tomato cans all the time down the road. I'm all good with it. I got no problem with it. Hey, do your job. Congratulations for not robbing a bank. There you go. Is that what you want?
I'm with my boy Big Mike. Xander, order the float for February. The float, don't worry. Big Mike, I've already reached out. The float is already reserved if JAKIB needs it. All right. So if the Birds win the Super Bowl, the float is already signed, sealed, delivered, my friends. All right. We will be on Broad Street once again. So good stuff there. Appreciate everybody for being here. Defensively, you do seem optimistic on the defense, which is good. You know, I'm pretty optimistic on them too. And they just got great players on that defense.
Yeah.
I mean, they play well, and that scheme is obviously great. But they have great players filling in that scheme, dude. Cooper DeJean, Quinyon Mitchell, Jordan Davis playing up front, Brandon Graham's providing good snaps, Zach Bowen, obviously. You know, now you have Nakobe Dean, which is going to be a question for me. But I think that defense really in a good spot going into the postseason.
If Nakobe Dean misses any extended period of time, I have no interest in returning that guy to the football team unless that guy takes a severe pay cut. Because
I'll tell you what, the defense,
you're not building a defensive linebacking core around a guy who's constantly, since he's been drafted, in and out of the lineup.
Well, I think that's fair, but just analyzing the here and the now, forget the future for a second. That defense is not the same without him. I like Jahad Campbell. I think Jahad Campbell is going to be a great player, but right now, Nakobe Dean fits that defense better to me. I mean, so if he's healthy, you got to get him back out there, man. But I don't know if he will.
Again, let's wait and hear what John has to say. Maybe, and you know this, the Eagles are not really going to say anything, so we'll probably know more midweek on what happens. I'll tell you this, man. If Nakobe Dean's not in that Buffalo game without Josh Allen, without his blitzing, let's see how that works out there with a Dory Jackson back there with Josh Allen. It'd be interesting to see how that works out there.
Yeah, I mean, the problem in Buffalo is they don't got the pass catchers. Now, Josh will make it happen. He'll still get people involved, but they just don't have great players there.
Agreed. I don't believe they do either.
Now, Sills, this marks this win today and closing up the NFC East marks 5 straight seasons of playoffs.
Tremendous.
That's 100% hit rate for Nick Sirianni, for Jalen Hurts, and for this regime. They do deserve a lot of credit for that. I mean, that's not easy to do.
No way.
They're on that's a big run. That's a good run for them, and congrats to them for locking up the NFC East once again here. So we're going to talk to John McMullen.
This is a better run than Andy Reid did, right?
Well, it's a more success. I mean, Andy Reid's run was obviously longer. Yeah, I mean, it was longer. But so far, they've gone further. Yeah, I mean, the Eagles have gone further. They only went to one Super Bowl with Donovan. You know, they went to what? They go to 5 NFC championships?
5 in a row. 5 in a row.
And they only won one of them. So, you know, to me, this is a more successful run, but it's not quite as long yet. So you got to see. I mean, let's see how it goes the next couple of years. But they're right there.
Hey, Hoss, 5 straight playoffs, 2 Super Bowls and a win. Boy, I mean, you know, you get another win, man. You're starting to talk about really, you know, something really special too if you're able to do that. So, lot riding on this year. Lot riding on this postseason too. Let's see how it plays out here.
Yep, good stuff. Let's read a couple more super chats. Appreciate everybody being here today. Don't forget to hit that like button. By the way, big NFC North matchup on right now.
Enormous ball game.
It's 0-0. Packers taking on the Bears right now. Okay, Packers taking on the Bears right now. Here's Dirty D. What's up, Dirty D? 2018, 22 quarterbacks averaged 250 or more passing yards per game.
I saw that.
Only 5 quarterbacks averaged 250 or more. Yeah, no.
I think the defenses are better today. I think the players that are in the defenses right now, because they play more in space, I think the linebackers are better when it comes to coverage. You don't have 250-pound linebackers. So when I see that number, I saw that thing. Jason Whitlock posted that thing, and I saw that and what he was trying to insinuate. I don't buy that whatsoever. I don't think that comment that he made about the black quarterback was anything remotely close. I think without a doubt that these defenses are just better. I think that the players are more skilled on that side of the ball. Hey, what did you think, man? Once you had all these great athletic quarterbacks that were going to be able to move the chains like Lamar, Jalen, and all these other guys, and what'd you think they were going to do? They were going to get better on that side of the ball too, and I think the defenses got better on that side of the ball. I think that was a pathetic take by him.
Yeah, no doubt. I agree with you there. And I agree with your take on the defenses too. By the way, I think it's happening at the college level too.
Absolutely. I think the defenses are just catching up a little bit now.
Man. It's pretty, it's pretty impressive, Sills, because and credit to John. John talks about this all the time where he's like, I'm more impressed by defensive coaches because the entire game is legislated to help offense. That's what it's all happened. And the only one, the people that are evolving, changing, and improving the most are the defensive guys. It's pretty amazing.
Well, here's something for you to know. In the last 15 years, there's only been one rule change for the defensive guys. That's the crackback play.
Right.
That's all the rest of the rules have been changed for the offensive guys. Defenseless receiver, hitting the quarterback, all of that stuff now, it favors the offense. So there's only been one rule in 15 years, that crackback block. Okay, so they want big numbers. They want big offense. They want high props because of gambling. That's why they're not really helping the defensive side. Then they outlawed the hip drop. Okay, I mean, dude, they're doing everything they can to make sure they're getting scoring going.
Here's Caleb Brandon. What's up, Caleb? Tanner writes he got in the game again. Shout out to Tanner.
Hell of a handoff. Did you see that? That was Elway-esque.
Here's Freddie Lemus. Jalen Knights. Go Birds. The Jalen Knights are out, Sills.
The Jalen Knights are out.
Hey, listen, the Jalen Knights, they come on out, Jalen Knights. Come on out, Jalen Knights. Jalen's played well. Here's Sean Mims. When they beat the Bills, Sills will have another excuse.
Nope. Big Sills will hook you up here, my friend. Hey, Seaman, I'll tell you this. When you end up beating the Bills, and if you do the same thing, Seaman, that you did against the Raiders and the Commandos, then no doubt about it, with the Commandos and the Raiders, if you do that against the Bills, Seaman, I'll give you a lot of kudos here, my friend.
Let's see what they're able to do in that game. Here's Sean again. Sean Mims. Sills glaze over Dak versus Raiders.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because the Cowboys are not a playoff team or not a Super Bowl contending team. They got better.
Philly 500 did a dub of you. He did the – you pulled your reaction when the Cowboys beat the Raiders and how much you glazed Dak. And then he pulled our open of our postgame show last week after your reaction to when Jalen beat the Raiders.
Okay.
They were stark.
Wait a minute. Raiders beating – the Cowboys beating the Raiders versus the Eagles beating the Raiders. I didn't think the Cowboys would beat the Raiders. Isn't the – I mean, you're trying to tell me that you think that the Eagles are on the same page of the Cowboys? Is that what he's implying? That the Cowboys had the same talent?
So you have higher expectations is what you're saying for the Eagles.
Don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with that.
Okay, well.
Here's Dorgunner. Congrats on struggling to beat our practice squad. This must be a Commander fan.
It is the practice squad. The two corners are practice players.
Dude, your starters have been practice squad guys all year, Dorgunner. You got no room to talk. You're 4-11. Go sit down and shut up, dude. Don't come into here. Oh, congratulations to you on having one season of relevancy. Congrats, my friend. You'll be talking about that season of relevancy for the next 15 years.
You're like Met fan.
Yeah, right. Here's Jason. Tush push needs to go. It's no longer an advantage. I agree with this.
Yeah.
I think we're ready to couch this.
I think the tush push is taking its toll on that offensive line. They're just not getting the push in the middle. Dude, no doubt, the middle of the offense still concerns me a little bit. I mean, they
What do
just
you
don't.
mean middle of the offense?
The
Offensive
middle
line?
of the offensive line. I mean,
Dude, you know what's crazy is they look really good in pass protection. Like there was a couple plays again where Jalen's sitting back there, nothing's at him. The run blocking though is what's really not the same.
I'll tell you what, too, man. I mean, here, Hurts had a pick in the game, and it was negated by that holding call that they had in the offensive line. That wasn't a very good throw in that. But again,
that was the fourth down.
They're just not a very good football team.
That was the fourth down throw, yeah. So that actually would have been a little bit of an arm punt, which is why I think he did it, but fair enough. Greg, what's up, Greg? Mariota kept him in the game, but the refs saved the Eagles. Oh, Greg.
I don't think that. That's not what I – that's not – come on, Greg, that's not what you saw. You saw a better
Dom. Dom says feed Tank on early downs. He is explosive. He does run explosive, man. He really does.
Well, I'm paying $20 million to a back. Remember this. Old rule is this. You pay him, you play him. Okay? Yeah, I do like – you know what? I think Tank has really done a nice job this year since – you know what? He clearly is a special teams guy. Okay? When you put him in the huddle, man, he's pretty good back there.
Good stuff there. Dom, appreciate it, brother. Here's Leon.
Keely Ringo.
Oh, dude, what is he doing? Dude, somebody tell that guy Josh Johnson throwing the ball. He's decking a receiver, fully tackling him 2 seconds before the ball arrives. Yo, dude, Josh Johnson's back there. I don't think there's any threat, man.
Hey, that shows Vic one thing that'll aggravate the hell out of him. You know what that is? Football IQ. Know where you are on the field at all times. That's something there that's going to aggravate Vic when you see something like that.
Well, he doesn't have that. He doesn't have good awareness at all.
Yeah, no, that's football IQ.
Ringo panics when the ball's in the air. Like he panics. He gets when he gets real handsy. He starts decking people, tackling guys before the ball even arrives. He's not very good at it. But
hey, what do you make of Cooper? That Cooper this year. What do you make of Adoree Jackson's play the last month?
Well, he got beat on that one play by Terry today in the first half. But other than that, I think he's really been solid, man.
I think he's improved.
I think you're going to live with getting beat by Terry once in a while. I mean, they are good players on the other side, too.
Hey, you're paying that guy $30 million. I mean,
yeah, right. Terry, you mean.
Okay, yeah. I mean, like at the end of the day. But, hey, Zander, am I right when I say that, the last month, not awful, right? Not awful. And I'm talking about even in the games against the Chargers and such. I mean, he's played okay,
Yeah, no, I think Adoree's been solid for sure. I'm hoping he can keep that up. Dirty D, what's up, man? Member for 16 months. Sills, go back and listen to how you glazed Dak. See, this is why it's coming up, though, because 500 posted it out. After that Raiders win, can even acknowledge Jalen for beating them.
Beating who? The Raiders?
All right, this is a little obnoxious. What do you guys want, a cookie because we beat the Raiders? Come on, guys.
Jesus criminy,
you want to win a Super Bowl or you want to beat the Raiders, Dirty D?
So let me see. The Raiders have 2 wins and the Commanders have 4 wins. You want me to sit here and really glaze donut all Eagle wins over the last 2 weeks because you beat a team combined and had 6 wins? Is that where we're going now? Hey, how about elevating? How about this one here? Hey, you're the champs. Act like it.
Dude, the MVP of the game today is Tyler Steed.
Hey. You see him get the pick,
you
too.
You got like 8 Commander players coming at you. My boy jumps up. Hey. He's throwing. That's that Bama boy. That's Bama crowd right there, Sills.
Let me tell you this, man. Let me say this to you about Cooper DeJean. So he also gets a pick in the game. He's dating a 42-year-old wrestling superstar chick. This guy's had a whirlwind win, man. What a winner this guy is. This guy's my favorite Eagle in history. And that includes, God forbid, Jerome, I love you to death, but Cooper DeJean is now taking that baton, man. I love this guy here, man. Holy crap, is that guy my favorite Eagle.
Jalen Hurts' his career high for touchdown passes in a season. He did get to
23. Oh, that's cool. That's good. Yeah. I'm all right with that. That's good.
In a year. Yep, 23. 2023, he had 23 of them. This year, he's up to 24. That's a credit to Jalen. Well done.
Good job, man. Okay, good, man. Maybe he can finish up the season with about 25 or 27 touchdowns. That'd be great for him, man. I mean,
I agree.
If you get 27 touchdowns and 7 picks, you're kind of like Carson Wentz. I mean, that'd be really great. I mean, Carson Wentz, when he was in Indianapolis, had 27 touchdowns and 7 pick one year. So, I mean, that'd be a pretty good number to sit there and.
Well, here come the Jalenites attacking me now. Jalen played a great game. I have my confidence restored in Jalen, and he'll play well.
My confidence restored in Jalen again.
Dude, how many? Wait, let me finish. How many touchdown passes has he had this year where he just flicks it to God, or he had at least 4 or 5 of them this year, at least.
How many touchdowns does Goddard have this year?
I think it's 10 or 11. 10.
He's double digits in a contract year? Good for him.
Dude, the most touchdowns for a tight end in Philly since Pete Retzlaff.
Holy cow, that's the 60s. Good for him, man. This guy's going to make some bones in the offseason.
Yeah, he should. Here's Dirty D. We got that one. Thanks, Dirty D. Here's Kyle. If the Eagles run for over 150 in the Bills game, they will win. Bills have the third worst run defense. Also, special teams got to clean up. I agree.
You go up there to Buffalo, that's the remedy right there, Kyle. You go up there and run the football, and I think you run them off the field, and I think he can. I think Sean McDermott up there, man. I think he's one of the most overrated coaches in the NFL. I really do. I think he's the wrong coach for that quarterback. I think he's the wrong coach for that entire organization. I mean, I'd love to see John Gruden with a guy like Josh Allen and see how that thing would work out. Put those two guys together and see how they would go. Maybe get some guy in there that knows personnel a little bit better. But that's the formula to beat the Bills, in my opinion.
I agree. Good stuff there, Kyle. Appreciate the super chat, brother. Here's F. Hammond. Will you have Coach JB on to talk QB play?
I'll get him on again. I will.
Here's Shady. Am I listening to Z Reyes? Shady, God forbid I have fun one day watching my favorite football game. One day, Shady. You guys want me to be perpetually miserable. Shady, go outside, breathe in the fresh air. Maybe there's some snow on the ground. Maybe pour yourself a cup of eggnog, kick your feet up, turn your Christmas tree on, maybe put the lights on. Smile, Shady.
Shady.
Good to be alive, Shady.
Shady, can I tell you what the last 2 weeks are like? It's like going out, like Xander just said, in the backyard and eating yellow snow. That's what it's exactly like. Going in your backyard, picking up the snow, man. And you look down and it's piss.
You guys are stupid, man.
And it's piss. It's like yellow snow. I can't wait for John. I can't wait to hear John what he says about the glazed donut eagle talk that's going on in here right now.
Misery.
I need a bib.
Misery is taking over the city of brotherly love. We have an emergency in Philadelphia. An emergency.
Donuts. Hey, by the way, get a baker's dozen now. Holy cow, man.
Eagle fan says, I'm a channel member. Won't let me chat. I'm not sure why, brother. Jeff Bone says, Tyler Steen got juggernaut balls.
Hey, I did, man. I'll tell you what, for a guy that's got a reputation that doesn't have for being a tough guy, that showed me a lot. I was really pleased to see that. He got up in everyone's ass. 8 guys jumped his ass, man. He's ready to kick. Threw hands twice. Threw his ass out at a ball game. You see Stoutland go over and go like this. Probably said this. That's my boy. You know, hey, for me, I'd give that guy a merit badge for doing that. I liked it, man. I'm good.
You know, Sileo, this city has always been known for being miserable. You know, we're just miserable a lot in this city. A lot of times because the Eagles never won. You know, we didn't win until 2017. Gosh. Before that, man, we were a miserable city. Man, you add to it. You really pour gasoline on the misery fire in Philadelphia. You really do. You!
No.
Dan Sileo, host of the National Football Show.
No, you know what I do? I expect more from you. You guys don't get it.
Bullshit.
You know what, Xander even knows this. I expect Nick Saban level of excellence.
All right, that's fair.
So when you're playing against Claremont College and Nick's up 55 points and he's screaming and throwing his headset on the sidelines, when he's doing that, what kind of expectations do you think he has when he's playing against some stiff college and his guys blow things because he knows they should be playing at a higher level?
I get it. I've seen him slam a headset up 55-0 with 3 minutes left in the game.
Playing against Tennessee Chattanooga.
Yeah, you're right. I get it. But, you know.
Unlike you guys in here, not you, Big Z, but unlike you guys, I got higher expectations for you than beating the glazed donut.
Yeah, but I think I've learned why Mrs. Sileo doesn't let you near the propane tanks because you just pour it all out on anywhere where there's danger. You know,
Sileo, I'm not allowed by fires, or I'm not allowed with really any kind of matches.
Yeah, propane, fires, gases, any of those things.
Anytime she leaves, I have to eat like cold sandwiches because I'm not allowed near the stove.
Good stuff. Here's Dirty D. Xander, I want to beat the team in front of us. Me too, Dirty D. They did that today. Here's Josh.
Cougar to Gene. How you doing? I love that. I'll be stealing that, Josh.
Mo says, what options do the Eagles have at kicker, or are we stuck with Elliott? I think you're stuck. Yeah, I think you're stuck.
Now, let me ask you this one, though. If this was earlier in the year and this was like mid-season, do you think they'd bring guys in to take a look at some of those guys?
I mean, how hard is that contract to move on from? They're paying a kicker $6 million here. He's one of the highest paid kickers in pro football.
Absolutely, man. Holy cow.
Dude, he's signed through 2028.
Shit, this guy makes almost more than Jalen Carter.
He makes $6 million a year.
I mean, really, that's a big
number. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a huge number to cut. I'm just saying, for a kicker, it is.
And plus, with all the dead cap money you may have coming up here with what you're going to do with maybe AJ in the offseason and maybe what you're going to do with Goddard, too. I mean, Goddard's going to be a free agent, though, so that's not going to be an issue because, again, I mean, you think Goddard comes back? What if Jalen What if Jalen campaigns for him to come back?
Well, then I think that has some sway. But Howie might say, "All right, Jalen, then I can't redo your contract this year."
How does that have anything to do with me, Howie? You got to find room for a guy that I want.
He's going to say, "All right, then
Cincinnati's getting rid of Trey Hendrickson so that they could keep Jamar Chase and so they can keep T. Higgins for Joe Burrow, even though that's detrimental to the team. Would Jalen go down that lane? I think that's going to be something to keep an eye on because Jalen likes throwing the ball to him.
He does. Goddard is a safety blanket for Jalen. There's no doubt about it.
Would you not agree? Would you not agree that his throws and catches may not be a ton, but when he catches the ball during critical moments, they're critical moments when he catches the football, especially when you're going on drives.
I agree. Here's Dirty D. Y'all whiners need to grab your husbands and hold them close and just enjoy the win.
Congratulations, sir, man. Glazed donuts.
All right, so here's the good news. Bird's back in the win column, 2 straight games. You got 2 games left to play here. Now you're 10-5. NFC East is wrapped up. They've won the division, a repeat winner, first time since 2004. By the way, the Eagles had won from, I think, 01, 2, 3, and 4, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yep. 2001 and 2004 they won. So that's the good news. Now what is your overall perspective then on this team going in? Because we are now, it's like, I'm done looking at it like establishing who you are this year. We know who they are now this year.
Yeah.
Now it's about playing your best football late in the year. Who is this team to you right now, Big Sills?
Really the same team that's been all year, inconsistent. I think the offense still has a lot to be desired. I'm encouraged by the run game coming alive the last week here with this game against – it's a divisional opponent. So remember this. You got to tick that up a little bit. Because, again, you got to tick that up a little bit. It's Washington. Washington is going to always play you tough, and they played you like that was their Super Bowl. They gave you everything they had. But, again, Xander, you really haven't beaten a winning team in a long time. Since Detroit and Green Bay. That's the last winning teams you guys have beat. So, listen, I'm going to wait and see with this Buffalo. Because Buffalo, do we not agree? Buffalo needs this game this coming week. Okay, especially I think New England's playing a really tough opponent this weekend. I think they're playing the Ravens. Ravens have to win that ball game to stay in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be a huge game. If the Patriots drop that game to the Ravens, Buffalo may sneak in there by the end of the season and end up winning the AFC East. So they're going to need that game against Philadelphia in Orchard Park next week.
Yep. Are the Cowboys now officially?
Yeah, they're eliminated.
They're eliminated? Is that official?
Yeah, with a win or a Cowboy loss, they got the win. Cowboys are eliminated.
No, that was for the East, though, because, if they win out, they'd be, 10? They could still, in theory, get a wild card spot?
Now, how are they going to win it right now? You're 10 wins right now, and if they win with 3 to go, what are they at now? 6? They'd be 9 wins. You got 10 wins.
Wait, are they? No, they wouldn't win the East. I'm talking about getting in, the 7th seed. If the Packers lost out and lost 3 games,
maybe at 9-7-1, maybe. Yeah, probably.
Okay, they're eliminated. I think they're eliminated, so they're officially eliminated. See you later, Dallas. Dallas, I'll see you next year. See you, Dallas.
Yeah, NFL playoff picture. Let's see if anything really changed in that dynamic here right now.
I think it's looking more increasingly likely that we're going to play I think right now the
Eagles are in the 3-hole right now.
So I saw this. The Eagles have like a 60+% chance of getting the 3 seed, and the 49ers have a 47% chance to get the 6 seed, which means that would be the opening round playoff game in Philly. 49ers in Philly, Eagles, Niners.
Here are the 3 teams that have qualified in the playoffs right now: Seahawks, Eagles, and Rams. Right now, currently, this game going on is Bears and Packer game. The Bears are in the 2-hole. You know what? What's crazy about this game today? If the Bears lose, Packers go to 2, Bears fall to 7, and they fall to 10-5 on the season. And you still have that Lions, and the Lions have still an outside shot at making it in. If they win the ball game, there's still almost around 50% chance of them getting in the playoffs. And I think of all the offenses that are sitting on the bubble right now, Panthers and Buccaneers play this weekend for the lead in the NFC South. Teams that have been eliminated are Cowboys, Vikings, and Falcons. So again, at the end of the day here, you're looking at seeding right now. Could the Eagles get up to the 2nd hole? I think that Buffalo win. If the Eagles lose to Buffalo, there's no shot in hell if they're going to get the 2-hole. So they'll be in the 3 spot, which would most likely be this, Sander, that they probably take off the final week in the season, and it would be a Tanner McKee weekend.
Yeah, we'll see. Good stuff there. So that would be good news for the Eagles if they can rest up going into that playoff, because that's kind of would be a pseudo bye week. You can't sit everybody, but you'd be able to sit the big guys, especially, probably that offensive line.
How'd you feel about the team playing on Saturday?
Hate it. Saturday, it's my nature.
Took me out of routine. It takes them out of routine. I hate that.
My nature is Saturday is college football day. And we work on the weekend. So Sunday is my work day for the Eagles.
Well, if you feel like that, they do too.
Yeah, they do. But now they got a little bit of a longer weekend. You know what I mean? They have an extra day. So
I've never seen a schedule. I've never seen a schedule, Xander, where you don't have home back-to-back games. These freaky mini buys that they had, the short work weeks and all that. I mean, dude, it's been a wild schedule and how they have played games this year. I've never seen anything like it. They've been all over the map. I mean, pretty much they're going to play every single day of the week here soon. I mean, the Eagles are that's one of the wildest schedules I've ever seen.
Good stuff. Appreciate everybody for being here today. Got a big crowd in here. Hope everybody enjoyed the game. The Eagles have now won 2 straight. Feels good. I know, not good opponents, but still, we lost 3 straight. Your misery parade was destroying the city. It was tearing down the city.
Well, you lost to 3 winning teams. I mean, that's going to tell me glazed donut versus 2 losing teams, and you lose against 3 winning teams.
Do you view the Eagles as a juggernaut in the playoffs? Do you
absolutely not right now? I don't think anybody is, and I mean anybody. However, I do think experience matters. I think having been there, I think that's a thing, dude. I mean, I know it's college, but hey, in a big moment like that against Oklahoma last night, did you think the pedigree of Alabama showed in there a little bit when they were down 17 and they came rolling back? That's a mentality that's in a winner's locker room, whether you're in a college locker room or whether you're in an NFL locker room. When you've been in that light and in that spotlight like that, you play with more confidence and more calm. Would you not say that?
I agree. I agree completely. That's one of the biggest things going for this Eagles team. They have a lot of playoff pedigree. I mean, we look at the NFC quarterbacks, everybody. Go take a look at all their playoff records. Jalen Hurts is second in playoff games played in his career behind only Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford is 37 years old. So they have experience is a big factor for them. And by the way, I'll throw this in there. I know it's different, but you just brought up Alabama. A lot of the players on this Eagles team have that pedigree and that experience as well from college ball. I get it. It's not the same. It's not exactly, but college, they play playoff football. Jordan Davis, Jalen Carter, Kobe.
When you're in championship settings your entire life, think about something here. I want to show you something about Jordan Davis and about guys like Jalen Carter and Kobe Dean. Those guys only know being in championship games, from their college games to their pro careers. Those guys don't know what it's like to have a losing record. Those guys don't know what it's like to have. I mean, You know what a bad year is for the Eagles? For those guys? 11 wins. Try that in New York with the Jets. They would kill to have 11 wins.
Yeah, I agree. No doubt about it. Good stuff there. All right, we'll have John McMullen coming shortly. I would imagine it's taken a bit. By the way, Jordan Love just got knocked out of this game, Sills. He just took a big hit, and he's in concussion protocol now. Jordan Love. Malik Willis is in the game. Oh, boy.
That's another thing that I kept saying about this game. When they were up and I went, hey, you know what, for me, when it was when it hit the middle of the third quarter, you know what I was saying? Hey, you want to get out of this game healthy now. You don't want anybody banged up. You don't want anybody hurt. You don't want anybody in any kind of concussion protocol. And the injury to Dean, how much is that going to play a factor as you get into the postseason if that guy's not able to play? You ain't got Oren Burks, dude. Hey, listen, I think Jahad Campbell's good, but he is not experienced. Remember one thing? What was the one thing that you got to remember about Oren Burks that you had a year ago? That dude had been to 2 Super Bowls in a row. He got torched in that Mahomes game. In that second half of that game, remember in the overtime, he came back. I thought Oren Burks played his ass off to where he got a nice contract.
Amazing. Yeah.
I mean, so again, I don't know if you have that kind of experience. So you lose a lot there if Dean's not able to play.
It didn't look good for Dean either. I mean, it was hamstring, but sometimes, John pointed out, he's like, those hamstrings are tough because you either got to be 100 or you're not going to be able to play that well with it. You know what I mean? It's kind of one of those things. By the way, Sills, off topic, Oregon's beating JMU 34-3, and it's not even halftime.
That's embarrassing, man. I mean, I get this. Thank God there's an NFL game on. Holy shit, man. That is so embarrassing. How do you sell that to the American public that those are the 12 best teams in the country when you got teams like Texas and Notre Dame sitting at home?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I mean, that just makes no sense.
It's so stupid. Texas and Notre Dame both.
Can I tell you what it would be like? It would be like putting the Raiders in the postseason of the NFL. Even with 2 wins, it'd be like putting the Raiders in. They don't belong in there, man.
I agree. No doubt about it. All right, good stuff. Appreciate all the super chats. Here's F. Hammond. Check ESPN's site. Dallas has an E next to it.
Eliminated. How you doing?
Dallas is eliminated from playoff contention.
Hey, I got to say, Jerry Jones just must be sitting there doing this, dude, watching the Eagles parading around, man. He's got to wonder, man. I mean, dude, how many more years are you going to be running that football team? How many more years are you going to be chasing your tail? Bro, you got to do something here in the next 2 years. And you know what? I don't see anything they can do. Who are you going to get, Myles Garrett? I mean, you're going to have to do something spectacular. And what did you do? You ended up letting Michael Parsons out of the building. I do think you got a little better by getting Williams in there. But, dude, they got a long way to go before they're going to be in the top NFL echelon where you're talking about competing for a Super Bowl.
I agree. So I'm starting to smell that. I'm starting to smell something.
Well,
you know what it is? It's an Eagle playoff.
What rotten teams you played?
No, it's the Eagle playoff run that's loading, baby.
Okay.
It's in the cooker right now. I got it in the air fryer. The only thing I know how to use in the kitchen.
Yeah, I'm not allowed near the air fryer either. My wife has an air fryer. I'm not allowed.
That's lucky.
I'm not allowed.
In a way, that's a nice thing what you've done there. You're not even allowed near anything.
Yeah, I'm not allowed near anything. So let me take a look again here what we've done here. So you beat Washington. You beat the Raiders. You lost to the Chargers playoff team. You lost to the Chicago Bears. You lost a 21-point lead against the Dallas Cowboys, and you beat Detroit and you beat Green Bay. You beat New York. You beat Minnesota. You lost to New York and you lost to Denver. So since October 5th, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're 6-5. Since the opening month of September. In Liars Month, you're 6-5. All right. I think you're primed and ready to rock.
So we got wins over the Lions, wins over the Packers, wins over the Rams, the Bucks, the Chiefs, the Cowboys, wins over who else? Who else did we beat this year?
Kansas City.
Well, mention them. But yeah, so I mean, look, those are some big wins now. I get it. You're not wrong. This Eagles team has not been great all year. We all know that. I don't think you're breaking any.
I think they've been great early. I thought they were great early. And the fact that they were able to cut
They weren't great. They were great at winning.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
You know?
Yeah.
Which I think,
John. I'll tell you this. They were not consistent today. They were down in the half.
Offense, they were more consistent. I mean,
They're down to a 4-win Washington team, dude.
Well, dude, the kickoff being fumbled changed the entire complexion of the first half.
Welcome to the NFL.
I get it, but you got to add that in when you're talking about the first half of football.
Wait a minute. They were down to Washington. Washington, who's the 26th worst defense in pro football and the 24th worst offense.
No, I don't think you're looking at it right.
Okay. Well, how are you looking at it?
Well, I'm looking at it like this. When you get into the postseason, there's certain things that matter more. Red zone success, the Eagles are best in the NFL offense.
Okay.
Red zone defense, they're great in red zone defense. They might give up yards, but they're great in red zone defense. If they can protect the football, capitalize in the red zone, stop other teams in the red zone, if they can get that run game going, I'm telling you, man, this is a freaking team.
And you took that ball off the Raiders and Washington game.
Well, no, they've been great in the red zone all year.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the number one team in the red zone this year for the season.
Okay. Well, like I said, since September, you're 6-5, and you've won 2 games against winning teams in the last 2.5 months.
I'm just saying, like that Seattle Rams game on Thursday night. The only reason the Rams or the Seahawks were in that game was because they stopped them in the red zone.
By the way, I do not believe the Rams or Seattle are going to do anything remotely close to you guys putting up 1,000 yards. There's no way in hell that you're going to see Seattle or the Rams put up 500 yards in total offense versus a Vic Fangio playoff defense. No way. No way is that going to go down like that.
How much of a concern is special teams for you in the postseason?
Dude, it's going to change your play calling.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, I mean, if you don't have confidence. Now, I'm going to go by what you said. I gave that guy $6 million for a reason, dude. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give him total say and go like this. I think he's going to – how do you not say this? I got total confidence in Jake Elliott going into the playoffs.
I have very minimal confidence in Jake Elliott.
Oh, the reality-wise, you don't.
Yeah. In fact, I almost have zero confidence in him.
Bro, he missed – get this. He got a mulligan and missed it. He got a mulligan, dude. I mean, the guys jumped off sides. He missed it. Then he missed it again.
Yeah. No, they definitely got some breaks.
Woo! Boy, is that a problem.
What are you seeing from the offensive line?
I think their pass protection has been pretty decent all year.
Me too. I think it's been good. I think it's been better than decent.
Yeah, I really do, man. I think their run game a little bit, you got to always tick it up a bit, though, when you're playing a division opponent. So I'm going to give them some love there. But would you not agree? I thought Washington kind of ran the ball kind of fair. I don't think great. They were under 100 yards. They were able to move the chains. And again, that was one of the reasons why they had to leave at the halftime, is because they were able to run the ball. Washington did enough to keep themselves in that game in the first half. And again, they had the lead. Washington with 4 wins had the lead in that game.
What are you now? You're going to pull the halftime score of every game and go off of that now?
I'm trying to say I'm looking for a football
60
team.
60 minutes, guy. It ain't a 30-minute ball game.
Right. How about 60 minutes of football? That'd be nice.
Well, I thought they played for the most part.
Really? Well, you were down.
Dan Quinn coached like a bitch, kept him in the game.
Okay, well, they were, like I said, congratulations. You beat Josh Johnson, a third-team quarterback. Who was going to be next? They were going to have the running back start to throw the football like they did in the NFC Championship game a couple of years. You beat a third-team quarterback. Wow.
Josh Johnson might be headed to the Business Hall of Fame for football.
Man, I got it. Oh, dude, he's played in 5 leagues. This guy's played in like 17. I think he's in the league 17 years. This guy's made a hell of a career for himself. 17 years, I think he's been in the NFL.
He's 39 years old. This is, I think you're right. I think 17 years in the league. That's unbelievable, man, if that's true. If that is freaking true.
He played
since 2011. Since 2011.
Yeah. I was in Tampa on the air when he was drafted by the Bucks. I remember when Doug Williams drafted him along with Bruce Allen, and they kept saying, hey, Josh's going to play a long time. He sure has.
No doubt. I got to look up his contract. How much money has he made in his 13-year career? You know, there's like they always do this business Hall of Famer, like Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins
has made $463 million.
Yeah, and you wait until he gets his $350 million TV contract when he's done.
You bet.
Then he's really going to be the business.
By the way, he might be the starting quarterback next year in Atlanta because I don't know if Penix is going to be ready in September. How you doing?
Yeah,
got making 48 bones, Junior.
A lot of defensive football today. The Packers are up 3-0, getting close to halftime here in this football game. Malik Willis is still in the game, which means I don't know if you're going to see Jordan Love back in that game. That's going to be an interesting one. The Bears, I thought, were driving, but they got nothing on the board, so we'll see. John McMullen will be joining shortly, by the way.
Just because you want to call me Silzadamus, like Nostradamus, Nick Sirianni at the podium said, I have nothing but complete confidence in old Jake Elliott. Come on, man.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, I had complete confidence in Jake Elliott.
Yeah, that's not true. All you got to do is look at his actions. Forget the words. Never listen to what they say. Just watch what they do.
That's right. Watch how. Hey, never listen to what they say. Always watch how people walk.
Exactly right. Exactly right. I still am laughing at Keely Ringo today, by the way. I put that tweet up, man. Where you tackling the guy in the end zone for?
Dude, for what?
My score prediction would have been close. I put 31-13.
I thought I had it. I thought it was going to be 28-10.
Yeah, and then they gave him.
And they went for 2, and they had it 29. Then they ended up giving up that stupid touchdown.
Well, because Keely Ringo's out here decking guys with the ball.
I thought I had it. I thought I had it right on the screws, and they went for 2.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So interesting stuff there. We'll talk to John in just a second. I think Jalen just finished up at the podium. They probably were a little delayed today because of the NFC East celebration, Sills, with the jersey and the hat.
Once again, I'm not goofing on it. Starts with the hat and the shirt. Then what you do is what? Then you get another hat and a shirt for the NFC Championship. And then you get the parade. You know what I'm saying? I want the parade, Junior. That's what I'm looking for. I want the parade. Hats, shirts. Congratulations to you on winning yourself. By the way, I do think that's a really big accomplishment going back to back. I really do.
Is Tyler Steen, has he come to your good side after throwing hands with 8 defenders today?
He showed me he's tougher than I thought he was. Remember what Barrett Brooks said? He'd like to tie him to a chair and beat his ass for about 3 hours. I like to get the guy a little bit tougher. And I was like, wow. I go, you don't think he's tough? And I go, no. But you know what? He's played pretty solid football this year.
I think he's played pretty tough. I think he's played pretty
solid football. I don't really think that they've really had a great run game this year. But, again, I think he's been solid for him. I still think that they're going to have competition. Hey, I'll say this. I still think they're going to have competition at that right guard position in the upcoming fall camp. When they get into July, they're going to have a competition at that spot, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, I think he's still got a year left, but
well, I think they want to be sure it's him. They want it to be him.
They asked Jalen about the winning back-to-back division titles. Here's a Jalenism for you. They are rare times, but keep the main thing the main thing. Main thing, Sills.
Oh, my God, man. I love the Wildcat.
Do you respect the consistency of Hurts at the podium?
He's not consistent.
No, I'm not talking about on the field. I'm talking about the approach to the game.
I'll tell you what I really respect. I respect the fact how smart he is out there. He's a smart player, man.
Oh, he's definitely
the game well. Okay? And with his limitations, he overcomes it with his smarts.
Well, he's gone back to turnover-free football, which is a good thing, obviously. Yep. So now 2 straight weeks of that, and they're back in the win.
How many attempts did he have in a ball game?
30. I think he had 30 attempts today.
That's around the number, 25, 30. You know, you want to be in there.
He was 22 of 30 for $185 and 2 tutties today. I liked what I saw from A.J. Brown, too. I thought A.J. Brown got involved in the got involved in the game, made some good catches.
How many carries did the offense have in the ball game? And count the quarterback in that.
Carries, they had 34 carries.
Excellent.
Yep.
I thought they'd get around 38. That's a good number there for that, too. Good.
Okay, Christopher. He says, I'm back to eating Jalen cream donuts. What the hell does that even mean?
He's doing it. He's feeling good about his quarterback after the Raider and the Washington
No,
Commanders.
because we're past the point of the year where we sit here and act like that you're gonna, poof, snap your fingers, and like the offense looks how Mr. Christopher Michael wants it to look. Christopher, you ain't the arbiter of how it's going to look. This is who the offensive team is. This is what it looks like. This is who the quarterback is. 5 straight playoff appearances, back-to-back NFC titles. Now they got to go and make a run. All right, this is who we are. All right, either saddle up and get behind the guys and cheer them on, or you fucking want your offense to look how you want it to look. I don't know what you want me to tell you, Christopher.
Absolutely, man. Congratulations. Back-to-back NFC East champions.
Let's bring in John McMullen. We got Johnny Mack joining us right now via phone from Northwest Stadium. Johnny Mack, are you out there? The Philadelphia Eagles, for the first time in 20-plus years, John, are back-to-back division champions. They are the NFC East champs, and they get the win today, 29-18. Welcome into the postgame, J-Mac.
Yeah, back-to-back. A lot of history today. Back-to-back NFC East champions. First time since 2004, obviously. If you think about the go-ahead touchdown to Dallas Goedert, Dallas tied a 60-year-old record. Most touchdowns for a tight end in Eagles history. So, it is, the shirts they wore was been there, won that. So for a lot of these guys, the expectations are raised, obviously. They have bigger goals to accomplish, but there's a bunch of guys who've never won before. Charlie Hewlett's been in this league for 13, 14 years, first division.
Colin Granson, first division title. So a lot of guys doing it for the first time, not to mention all the rookies and people like that. But there's such turnover in the NFL. So I think we think about our guys who've been here. Deal to win this division.
How about this, John? What'd you take away from the game? I mean, in the ball game here, I mean, they ended up going down to their 13th quarterback. I mean, they had the lead at the half, Washington did. Give me your takeaways on what you took. I mean, was it Raiderish like from a week ago that the takeaways you had, or did you learn something else, maybe something new about this game that maybe you didn't see in that Raider game?
Your quarterbacks develop, because anytime I see Josh Johnson on the field, I go, what are we doing? What are we doing here? As soon as he stepped on the field, the game was over. I hate to pick on the guy, but I mean, it's just not even competency at a base level. So, yeah, as soon as Marcus left, you knew the game was going to change at that moment. And the Eagles weren't playing that well. When Marcus left the field, the Commanders were winning the game. It was only 10-7, but they were winning the game. After he left, it was like and the Cooper DeJean interception being the most obvious. But, I mean, it's astonishing that guy's still in the NFL, and he's in the NFL because they can't find young guys who can play. It's been a narrative all week around the NFL and cities outside Philadelphia. It's like, what's going on with this league? You have Phillip Rivers coming off the couch at 44 years old. You have Josh Johnson still in this league. There's got to be better options, but I guess there isn't. And once you get down to the third quarterback, yeah. But I joked, if you go back to the NFC Championship game with San Francisco, Christian McCaffrey was a better quarterback than Josh Johnson. And he's still in the league. So I guess I am picking on him. But, yeah, the game was over. As soon as he came in the game was over.
John, any takeaways from the team as they get closer to the playoffs? Now, they've won 2 straight, obviously 2 opponents that weren't super great. What did you take away from the team and how they're evolving at this point in the year?
Well, confidence. Seriously, that's all I take from it. And they're getting really confident. And maybe they shouldn't, but nobody's going to alert them to that fact. I mean, they're running empty sets and tempo, and they're going right down the field. And Saquon Barkley's breaking tackles and getting big runs and confidence. That's it. If you look at it objectively and say, look at who they're doing it against. But from their standpoint, it's a big deal because you have, proven players who've, slogged through the years starting to the analogy is the basketball going through the hoop, going through the net. and shooters see it go through the net. And I see Sills laughing there. I mean, but it's a real thing.
Hey, no, John. I'm not laughing at what you're saying. What I'm saying, I'm laughing at 8 quarters here of football where this team's beaten a winning team twice in the last 8 ball games here. And for people to sit there and say that offense, all of a sudden with these glazed donut 2 teams that they have, I'm going to agree with you, John, 1,000%. You're going to create some momentum with having goodwill on how you think the offense is going. For me, John, it was on the other side of the ball. I think that defense is getting better and better and better. And for me, that's the side of the ball that I'm getting something out of these last 2 games. I'm not saying that you're saying anything wrong here. I'm just saying I'm not taking a lot away from what, Philadelphia did offensively with these last 8 quarters. I'm taking more away what I saw defensively.
Well, I mean, the defense has played well, and they played better for most of the season. So I get people leaning towards that. But, I mean, the defense is going against Kenny Pickett, Marcus Mariota, and Josh Johnson. So, it's the same thing. The ball's going through the net, but it's not really relevant if say Matthew Stafford shows up on the schedule. It's not going to be the same. So, yeah, I think the confidence part of it is big, and I think the defense has had that for a while. Nakobe Dean hamstring injury, so I'm sure that might cost him a little bit of time, but it's not going to be anything serious, so he should be back. But yeah, they've been playing effectively defensively really since the Chicago game. When they gave up the 280 whatever yards rushing it was. But it's the same thing for them. Like if you want to point, and I have no problem with people pointing it out, you can't look at the offense and say it's fixed just because of what they've been doing against these teams. I agree with that, but you also can't say the defense because they've been playing against these teams with backup quarterbacks.
Hey, John, I'll tell you this though, man. I mean, we saw explosion plays from Barkley. I think that's a takeaway you come out of that, right? With the run game, where there were some explosion plays, like yards after contact we saw in this ball game. And I get it. You got to be careful because it's like the 25th ranked rush defense in pro football. But still, you got a little bit coming out of that with a little bit more confidence with Barkley after contact.
Yeah, he made a nice run at the end where he got in the end zone. It was just pushing through people, but it was also late in the game. They got worn down. Josh Johnson's in the game, complimentary football. So you look at that as kind of, did they give up? Then he had the big long run as well. Goes over 1,000 yards, so that's always important for any running back. So again, that's the word, that's the theme of the night, confidence, because I can't take much from this game other than it's given – they're getting their mojo back from playing these teams, and hey, that's what you do. I like basketball. I like the analogy. If a shooter is struggling, go get a layup, go get a free throw.
Right.
See it go through the hoop, and that's what they're doing. They're getting layups, and they're starting to get their confidence back.
John, how big of a problem is Jake Elliott, man? Here in 2 more missed field goals today. He's now down at the very bottom of the league, John, in field goal percentage this year. He's now 17 of 24 on the year. He's up to 7 misses in his last 6 games. John, this feels like a big problem to me. I don't know if there's an immediate answer or you just kind of have to double down and trust him. How big is the Jake Elliott problem in your eyes?
Yeah, it's pretty significant if you saw today. But I don't think you're going to go out on the street in week 17 and go pick up John Parker Romo and say, "Hey, here, get us to the Super Bowl." So I think you have to ride it out and see if he can fix it as best he can fix it. But this offseason, they have to, at the bare minimum, they have to bring in competition because it's gotten to a point where. No, Nick Sirianni was asked about it. He again defaulted, complete trust, all that, yada, yada, yada. Well, I mean, you can't have complete trust. The 2 long kicks, 52, 57, I think we've gotten used to, there were so many big kicks early in the season, like 52 yards is not a big kick. It is a big kick, especially when the weather gets, in December and January. It becomes much tougher to make those kicks. But the whatever it was, the 42 or the 43 yarder, I mean, that's the kick you got to make. And to me, the most glaring part of it were all three of those kicks, the one that didn't count and the two he missed, were all wide left. They were all the exact same miss.
Same miss, John. Yeah.
Yeah. So that to use, now I'll go golfing analogy because that's what kickers are like. That means there's something wrong with your swing. You're missing it the same way every single time. And, it's
Is
a
that
big
an
mental.
easier fix though, John, versus like if you're in your head mentally? You know what I mean? Like it almost
Well,
is like can you
I think
identify it?
I think it is mental. When you get to the level like you think of when Tiger Woods would try to rebuild his shot in his prime, it's like, well, the dude's the best golfer in the world. Why is he trying to rebuild? Because he's lost it mentally from the standpoint of. So yeah, with these guys are so good. All these kickers, um, they have a little bit of a hiccup, and they have a tough time recovering it. And some do, and some don't. We're going to have to see with Jake Elliott. But it's been 2 years now where he's been very inconsistent. Now, then he'll go out in the Super Bowl and make whatever he made, 4 or 5 kicks. Um, you know, you're certainly not going to worry about him indoors that much, but outdoors, yeah, it could be a problem.
How about this, John? How much do you think that changes play calling too? Because, I mean, like you and I said, what we heard by Sirianni today at the Post, I mean, obviously, what do you expect him to say? That he has zero confidence in the kicker coming out of that football game, getting ready for the postseason? Of course, he's not going to go down that lane. However, John, does that change now your mentality and the confidence that you have that maybe when you get plus 50 and you're getting near that 45 or you're getting up near there, you're going for it on fourth down. If you really don't have the confidence in that, that kind of changes your situational play calling a bit. If you feel you don't have a solid kicker going into the postseason, and especially as you said, John, if you're outdoors.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt it changes your philosophy, but I think that could be a positive thing, unless you're going on like 4th and 7 or 4th and 8, But I'm firmly in the camp, even though I'm an old guy. I'm firmly in the camp. Like Dan Quinn, I would have went out and strangled him early in the game. You're 4 and 10, you got it 4th and 3, 4th and goal at the 3-yard line, and you're kicking a 20-yard field goal against a team is going to, if you have a chance to win, you're going to have to score touchdowns, not settle for 20-yard field goals. So I'm of the belief that in the modern game you should be going it 4th and 3 or under. You should be going for it in plus territory. So it affects it a little bit, but this team is already super aggressive. But when it comes to 55 yards outside, I think they're more likely to punt it in that situation or go for it.
John, can you bring us inside the locker room, man? You mentioned this team's got some confidence, and obviously they won the NFC East. They got the shirts and the hats and the whole ordeal. Bring us inside the locker room. Anything stick out to you in the locker room? What's the sights and the sounds, and how is the team kind of banding together? I kind of loved the Tyler Steen fight, John, just as a galvanization method. I know it's a fine line and you got to walk it. Bring us inside the locker, John.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw Dan Quinn's comments after the game, but they were hilarious. He's all, well, we're going to see him again in Week 18. Who's going to see who? Josh Johnson and Tanner McKee? What are you talking about, dude? So yeah, I don't know. Maybe they'll carry forth until next year. They didn't like that the Eagles went for 2 late in the game, which was their analytical approach. It says go for it, go for 2 there. You're not running up the score with 1 point. So I don't know, but they took a lot of and obviously it's a very frustrated team in what went on in this game, and they were hanging in, and then Mariota gets hurt, and it's going to be interesting to see if he's out because I can't get I can't shake the feeling that maybe they would have preferred the loss and the draft positioning to the win, and really trying to go out because now we see more tanking, and I hate tanking, and especially in the NFL, but. When you're not going for it, as I said, 4th and 3, when Mariota's cleared from a concussion, but He's got a hand injury. Now maybe it's legitimate. I'm not saying I don't know if it's legitimate, but I just got the feeling that this team is like, we don't necessarily want to win this game.
Hey, John, how do you think they approached that Buffalo game?
Yeah, I think they're going to go try and win it as long as the number 2 seed is a possibility. And Green Bay's winning early, I think. I haven't checked it recently, but as long as that's a possibility, I think they'll play the game and, hopefully win that game. And if that's the case and they have to win Week 18, they might even play Week 18. But as long as that number 2 seed is in play, I think they'll continue to play.
John, talk to me about the tush push, man. I got to be honest. I feel like you've been on.
Stinks. Get rid of it.
I feel like you've been on this for so long, John. Any listener of Birds 365 knows, man. We could do this another way. It's failing again. They're getting more false starts. John, what do you think?
They tried it 3 times today. They failed once, and they had 2 false starts. And by the way, the second false start was a late flag, and they were going to fail on that one. They weren't getting in. It doesn't work anymore. It stinks. So you don't even have to ban the play if they self-police themselves. Stop doing it. Spread the field. Use the quarterback sneak. Use the traditional quarterback sneak. I've been talking about that forever, Zander. There's too many. There's too much, and guys are jumping off sides, and they're more susceptible to throw the flag. It's not working. It was never the perfect play that people made it out to be, but now it's getting to the point where it's a play that is actually hurting you more than helping you. Now they were able to overcome it today because of the awful Washington secondary, but they got moved back off the goal line twice, and that against a good team, that's going to be the difference between 7 points and 3 points.
John, the quarterback ran more today, and I thought that was, especially early in the game, I thought that was just a backbreaker. How many times, he looked like 22 a little bit when he was moving the sticks. There was like a 3rd and 12. If I'm not mistaken, he picked it up. I mean, he ran a little bit more. Do you think that was more by design, or do you think that was more just him off script doing it again?
Now, most of it was off script, but I thought it was positive because, he tweaked his ankle the play before he left against the Raiders, and it was a blowout. So you had to ask the question: did he leave because it was a blowout, or did he leave because the ankle was hurting him? So wasn't on the injury report all week, but I thought there was a possibility he might lighten up the running aspect to protect himself, and he didn't. When he had open space, he took it, and I thought that was one of the most positive aspects of this game, because you don't want Jalen Hurts in a position to where he's not running the football, because that makes the Eagles' offense, needless to say, much more difficult to deal with, especially on 3rd downs.
John, what'd you make of the Tyler Steen, fight out there? I know, maybe not too much, but I did want to get you to comment on it. It's obviously a talk of town right now.
Well, the only thing, it's an emotional game. It's football. Yeah, it doesn't mean that much to me. But I would say that it's from a fact of anytime you get guys getting ejected, there's a possibility they're going to get suspended for a game. And if you get suspended for a game, it's your starting right guard. So, and people can say, well, he's not doing this and he's not doing that, but he's the best you got. So you don't want him not in a big game that you have to win against Buffalo. So that's my only concern. You gotta keep control of yourself. And 2 commanders were ejected on that play as well. It was Javon Kinlaw, I think, and Quan Martin. So all those guys gotta. And you can't start throwing punches because they will suspend you for a game. So I'm not sure how it looked, but it was a punch-like something from Tyler Steen. So that would be my only concern.
Hey, John, he'll be more pissed off on Tuesday on his direct deposit than he was probably in that game today when that money gets taken out, believe me when I tell you, man, that money comes taken out of your direct deposit, and you're sitting there going like, hey, man, wait a minute here. These guys jumped me. There was 8 of them there. So, I mean, I don't know, John. I'm all out of glazed donuts, man. I'm ready to rock here, man. Let's see what they do against Buffalo.
Yeah, that'll be a more interesting game. But, I'm not a big Buffalo guy either, other than it'll be a big test for the defense because Josh Allen is Superman half of the time. So he's going to be out there making plays. And it's going to be – you talk about the quarterback run game. Well, now it's really anteing up because this guy's a hell of a lot more dynamic than Justin Herbert or Marcus Mariota or anybody really in this league, with the exception of Lamar Jackson, and even Lamar Jackson at this point, because Lamar has really scaled back from the running aspect. So,
hey, John, by the way, the Bills enter that game next week against the Eagles, the number 1 ranked rushing attack in pro football.
Yeah, well, when you have a quarterback, it's funny. Who was the number 1 rushing attack in pro football last year? It's the Baltimore Ravens. Who was number 2? Philadelphia Eagles. Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen. You got to have the quarterback. You got to have the +1, and they also have James Cook as a hell of a player. But
yeah,
you got to have the +1 to be at the top of the league, and that's borne out now year in and year out.
Well, John, last one for me here. I'm going to go Jordan Davis on you. Man, does he look good, John. That looks like the player that we thought we were getting when we drafted him at 13 overall. Might have taken him a couple years, but has Jordan Davis arrived, John?
Yeah, he's having a great season. I mean, it wasn't a goal line stand because they scored, but he almost did it himself. He kept him out for like 3 consecutive plays, and it looked like he kept him out on the Bill Krosky, Merritt, whatever his name is, touchdown. He was a monster on that play. I'm glad to see people recognizing what a nose tackle can do for you, because sacks. Give me Vita Vea in the middle, stuffing people and that's what Jordan Davis was doing today. But he's also improved a lot as a pass rusher. So I don't want to disparage that part of his game, but he's still, the strength of his game is obviously stuffing the run, and he's great at it. And I'm glad to see more people paying attention to how good he is at it.
Yep. And speaking of the run, the Eagles made good strides in that regard as well today, John, with Saquon Barkley, which I thought was a good thing.
Yeah, same thing. I mean, Saquon was talking about it, and, his goal was no negative runs today. And I don't know if he had any. He had a couple early, I think, but, and then you start later in the game, he starts breaking some tackles, and he got the one long run. So again, he's a guy who's at, 2,005 yards in the regular season last year. And it's been kind of a slog for him this year. And the ball's starting to go through the hoop. We're going back to that, and he's starting to get confidence, and all of a sudden he starts breaking tackles, and, maybe that continues. Like I look at these teams right now, it's 6-0 Green Bay. Chicago lining up for a field goal. Who scares you in the NFC? Now,
nobody.
I'll tell you this: if this is Packers 365 or Bears 365, you're saying the same thing about the Eagles. Don't get me wrong. Who scares you? But this is the team that is proven. And this is not only 2 consecutive NFC East titles. This is 5 consecutive playoff berths, 2 Super Bowls, and maybe more to come. So this is the team that has proven they could do it in January.
No doubt. Johnny Mac, great stuff, man. Appreciate you joining in today. Get home safe. Who you riding home with, John? Or did you ride up alone, or you got?
I am all by myself, so I'm riding alone, and I am looking forward to it because.
Yeah, I was going to say, John, I would like that. Are you that type, or are you the kind of guy that wants to be with a?
No, I usually want Jeff Kerr driving, so I can make fun of him when he's driving. But Jeff isn't here, so.
All right, John. Good stuff, man. Get home
Thanks,
safe.
John.
We'll talk to you on Monday morning. All right, man.
All right. See you guys.
You bet.
There's Johnny Mac, John McMullen joining in. Appreciate J Mac joining in here. Sells a couple minutes left of your go in the post-game show. What's the matter? You don't want to be a glazed donut?
No, man. I mean, I pretty much said everything I'm going to say. I mean, on the Buffalo here. I mean, I took care of business. Nobody got hurt. You're getting yourself ready for the postseason. You got some question marks in your special teams. Again, I think that
the Eagles are getting hot.
Anything from your offense. I'll tell you what, though, the running game, again, that was good to see. But at the end of the day, I thought AJ getting involved early, too, was big. A little bit of the play calling. But, hey, man, wonderful job against the Washington Commanders.
They're getting hot, Sills.
Oh, are they? Okay.
What's going on in that college game? I know that thing is over.
Please, I just posted. It's the most embarrassing thing the committee could ever do.
It's so.
I'd rather watch that. I'd rather watch rerun of the Eagles and Commander game than watch that college football playoff game.
Well, listen, Alabama's moving on and Miami's moving on. It's a good week for JAKIB. All right,
absolutely,
man. Any final thing you want to say before I let you run here, man?
I'll tell you what, man. They didn't play down the competition a little bit, though, in the first half. They did. That was a concern. They were behind. And listen, Washington was limited, but the Eagles went out and they took care of business. They move on, and they get themselves ready against Buffalo. And who knows what's going to happen in that last Commander game, but we may see Scanner McKee in that final game of the year. So that will give a lot of people in the Glazed Donuts there in Philadelphia get a chance.
Calling it the Glazed Donut Association.
Well, I mean, I don't really take anything too much out of the Raider and the Commander game. Defensively, I do. Offensively,
I think I will say what John is right on, and John's in that locker room.
Yeah, momentum.
They're gaining confidence, yeah.
Okay.
Which again, might not mean much.
I agree.
It mean something for those guys. So good stuff.
Agree.
All right, so good show, man. I'll talk to you on Monday. All right, bro.
You bet, man. My friends, I appreciate you, all you Glazed Donuts. What a great week it was for you, beating the Commanders and also the Raiders. You go on now to Buffalo and one of my favorite football players on the planet, and Josh Allen. I can't wait to see that coming up this week, Karen. We appreciate you, Big.
Congrats on Miami win. Big win for your squad.
And congrats on you being down 17-0 and coming back and beating OU in Norman.
I want my Miami merch. All I want for Christmas is my.
I owe you. I owe you, and I'm going to.
What do I got to do to get my?
Nothing.
I will pay them.
No. Because hey, dude, Mario's been texting me all night long. He's so throttled, man.
Good. So, I'm happy for him, man.
Yeah, and I'm happy for the program.
Yeah. All right, so it's a good show, man. Thank you, man.
You bet, everyone. Please hit the like button. We appreciate you guys so much, man. We'll see you Monday.
Later, dude. There's Big Sills, host of the National Football Show, Dan Sileo, here on the Postgame Show, a Saturday night edition of the Postgame Show. Packers and Bears is a snooze fest right now. It's 6-3 in that game. Malik Willis is in the game. Jordan Love has been ruled out. I don't know if that's a good thing, all right? Morty says you don't want – no, I do want that shit, Morty. I do want that shit. Are you kidding me? I'll get some free Miami merch. What are you, crazy? They're an ACC team. I don't give a shit. I love seeing them beat an SEC team. Mario and Sileo are very good friends, Morty. They're very good friends. Mario goes on Sileo's show down in Florida once a week, actually. So he has got it. He's very tight with Big Sills. He's been on JAKIB too, as well. So I enjoy listening. Me too, Daz. Me too, man. Me too. I know John can always give it to me straight without a slant. It doesn't mean I'm always going to agree with it, but I know I get that from John. All right, guys, good show today, man. Appreciate everybody for being here. Hit the like button. Christopher, miserable. This guy is miserable. Pietas, miserable. Why do you guys want to be miserable? See, I always tell you, I never lie. You might not like my opinion sometimes, or you might not agree with me, but I'm never going to lie. When Jalen was playing like shit, I'll come up here and say, hey, Jalen's playing like shit. When the Philadelphia Eagles win the NFC East for the first time back-to-back in 21 years, when Jalen Hurts plays well in 2 straight games, I'm going to be happy about that. I'm going to give them credit for that. Now, if you choose not to, That's all right. I'm used to Philadelphia. It's a miserable place sometimes. I know you are, Christopher. I'm just having fun with you too, brother. RMP, you were giving me the juice today. I was hitting sills with Eagles heating up. Eagles getting hot at the right time. Jalen Hurts is getting hot at the right time. All right? Got to give him credit. So good stuff, man. Good stuff. Jake Elliott right now might be my biggest concern going into the postseason. All right. The GD, peace out, GDA. The Glazed Donut Association. HKP says, how about them Bama boys? HKP, great game, man. You know, HKP, that's a game. Speaking of learning something about yourself, that's a game you learned something about yourself last night. All right. You're on the road, under the lights, down 17 in the first half against a team that beat you earlier in the year. You're not getting anything going on offense. All right, your defense gets walked on by John Mateer, comes down, rushes a touchdown. They move the ball right down the field there. And you respond the way you do. You go 27 straight unanswered points. You slap them in the mouth. You adjust on defense. To answer it that way, the way that they did. I mean, it was Vic Fangio-esque the way that, Kane Womack adjusted in that game. So I thought it was really amazing stuff. I really did, man. And I thought Ty Simpson answered the bell. I thought he came back strong, in the game. And not his best game, but I like the way he rebounded. You know what my dude, HKP, you know what my concern is in the next playoff game? Alabama cannot run the ball to save their life. They can't run the ball to save their life. And I don't understand. You got Jan Miller. I mean, you got backs. I don't understand why Alabama can't run the football. Now, they picked it up a little bit in the game yesterday. They started to run the ball with Daniel Hill a little bit, but, Jan Miller, 7 carries for 11 yards. He's making Saquon Barkley look like an all-star in terms of his numbers this year. 43 yards for 9 carries for Jan Miller. I don't think you're going to go and win a national championship if you can't run the ball at all. It's college, so you can get away with it a little bit more, but you got to run the ball a little bit. 7 carries for 11 yards for Jan Miller. Morty, 2 backs, and neither of them are running too great. Signetti, I don't know, Morty. I'm going to make a prediction here. Don't get me wrong. I respect Curt Signetti. I like Curt Signetti a lot. I think he's done an amazing job. I think the story is phenomenal. I think he deserves all the media love he's getting. And I think everything praise that he's gotten is well-earned and well-deserved for him, for his program, for his quarterback, for everybody. I don't think Signetti's ready for this spot. That's just me personally. Now, that's not to say that Alabama is a better team than them, because they don't right now. Indiana's been the better team. But I don't know that Signetti – I think this is a big spot for Signetti. And I'm wondering if there might be a little egg on that face soon. I don't know. I think Alabama. That's a New Year's Day game, right? Is that right? Is that a New Year's Day game? Yes, it is. New Year's Day. It's New Year's Day, first day of 2026. So we get to start 26 off on the right foot. They're undefeated. They haven't lost yet. All right. They're coming off a high on Ohio State. They got the Heisman Trophy winner, all of this crap. I think Bama could upset them. All right, let's go post game, guys. Let's do it. Here's the link. Thank you to Lucius for becoming a member again. Lucius, appreciate you, brother, for re-upping the membership. Good stuff there. Appreciate all you guys for doing it. Of course, Christopher's pulling for Indiana. Fuck Indiana. Xander, I feel like you want the next Saban. Not like, well, I agree, Curtis. I mean, I don't have any desires for Kalen DeBoer to be the next Saban. But what I do say this, Curtis, I've been hard on DeBoer because I don't love the fit in the SEC. But Curtis, that win-loss record versus, ranked opponents, all those things, that stuff supersedes my opinion of him. So I think he's earned the right That's another big time win. He's beaten Georgia twice, so I think he's earned the right. All right. Let's go to my boy Joe Whipp, set to join me here on the post game show on a Saturday night. What's up, Joe? How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, Zander. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. 2 straight wins for this Eagles team. How you feeling, Joe? You were not feeling too good a couple of weeks ago, and I can understand why completely because I was right there with you. But after 2 straight wins, granted low opponents, but still 2 straight wins, how you feeling about the Eagles?
I'm feeling better. I'd like to see less mistakes on offense and the special teams. 2 missed field goals and a ridiculous fumble to start the game.
Yeah.
I'd like to see him play a clean game, but I like what the defense is doing. The defense is playing very well. And Hurts has played well the last 2 games.
Yeah, I agree. He has. He's
so not too much to complain about today, except the special teams.
Yeah, what do they do? What's your concern level on Jake? You think it's you confident in him in the postseason, or you feel like what you've seen is what you're going to get?
Well, he's always come through in the playoffs.
I know. That's why I'm kind of holding out. And remember, he started the year good, Joe. It's the last 7 games or 6.
I don't know what's going on with him. I don't get it. But hopefully he'll figure it out. It's kind of I've heard people say that they should bring people in. Who are you going to bring in?
I know that's
this time of year.
And then here's the other part of it. Not only do you have to bring somebody in who can make kicks at the same rate as Jake, but you got to have confidence in him. How are you going to get confidence in somebody you're signing that would supersede the confidence you have in Jake and what he's done for you? I don't think it's happening. So
no, I think it's
got to ride with him.
I agree. I think they're going to have to ride with Jake.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm a little down. We're going to lose a pet. So.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Losing a pet, tough. People have never lost a pet. Don't understand. It's really tough.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So that takes the edge off it a little bit, but the playoffs are coming.
Yeah.
And, they got hot last year.
I know.
The playoffs. And who knows? Maybe they'll do it again.
I think they could, man. I think they could. They got a lot of championship pedigree on this team, which does factor into these moments for sure, man. There's no doubt.
I agree. I would just like to see them. You saw the offense move better. I thought when they were throwing to AJ again too much.
I don't agree with you on this.
Yeah, I think you got to throw to Goddard. You got to move the ball around.
You do, but man, if AJ Brown's open, I want him getting the ball, Joe.
Yeah, if
AJ Brown, let's not overthink this. Wide receiver 1 is open. Throw the ball, Joe. Throw the ball.
But Goddard's open.
Yeah, he is. Well, if they're both open, I'm fine with it. Take your pick.
Yeah. So, and that shit at the end of the game. I mean, it's like
what the fight?
Yeah, that's just like
you hated it, didn't you?
That's like, come on, guys, grow up.
Oh, don't be the curmudgeon. This is football, Joe.
Yeah, it's pointless. It's just pointless.
That's
Nobody can get hurt.
The golf guy in you coming out. You love golf. You want the sportsmanship and the handshake and this is football, Joe.
Yeah, well, somebody gets their hat jerked off and someone gets hit in the head. I mean, come on, guys.
I hear you. All right, Joe, man, I appreciate you joining in. Sorry to hear about your pet, man. I hope everything's all right on your end, and I appreciate you joining in as always, Joe. One of our best supporters. Thank you, man.
All right, take it easy, everybody.
Later, Joe. There's my boy Joe Whipp. Appreciate Joe Whipp. Starts us off here in the post game show most weeks. Joe, thank you, my man. Let's go to Steven. Here he comes. Steven,
hey,
what's up, my guy?
It was a nice win today.
Yeah, man. How you feeling, Steven?
I'm feeling pretty good. I mean, I need to see them next week though to really know where they're at.
Yeah, next week's a big one. Yeah, what's up with you and the washer and dryer? Is this because you get some quiet time there to get away from? Why do you keep bringing me to the washer and the dryer?
It's a quiet space.
All right, there you go. Fair enough. Yo, are you gaining confidence back in Jalen Hurts?
I am a little bit. I like that he's running more. I mean, I think that's an element he added back in the last 2 weeks, and I think he's played better with that because when you take that out of his game, I feel like his game regresses.
Yeah, no, it does. What about Saquon Barkley, man? Good game for him today, and that's obviously the big thing in this offense. They got to get going is the run game. Are you feeling more confident after what you've seen from Saquon today, or do you chalk that up to the bad opponent?
I think it's a little bit of both. I do think that I think he still has it personally. I think that's a mixture of things. I think Jalen running more helps. I think when they got A.J. Brown the ball, I don't agree with Joe. I think when you get the ball to A.J. Brown, I think that's a really good thing because, the yards after catch, and then defenses really start tightening up and it opens stuff up for Saquon. So I don't agree with Joe Whip at all about that.
There you go. It's football talk, man. You agree, you disagree. That's all good stuff. All right, are you feeling like we're getting hot before the playoffs, or is this fool's gold, these 2 games?
I think the defense, is a juggernaut. I think we have the best defense in the NFC.
I agree.
Especially with
I don't know if you saw. Did you catch that segment on me and Sills on Friday? We ranked them all.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, that's a good segment. You should watch that. It's a good segment.
Where'd you have them at?
I had them 1. Defense for the NFC playoff teams. I had them 1. I mean, Seahawks just chopped 40 dropped on their head, so I couldn't.
So, 7th?
No, he had them 1. He had them 1 too. Well, I think the biggest thing in a playoff game is Vic. It's like numbers are a lot. I get it. You can look at the numbers, but when you get to the postseason, you got 1 game. It's win or go home. Who do you like in those moments? I'll take Vic Fangio and the Eagles defensive personnel over anybody.
I'll take him over Stafford for sure. For sure. And then I'm losing confidence in, man. I'm losing confidence in Missy Elliott, dude.
I know you are. I could see the fear on your face, Stevie boy.
Can you give me 1 second, Zander?
All right, you're good, bro.
Yeah, I'm on the phone.
Do you want to go to the Christmas play at Twin Valley tomorrow?
Could you give me 5 minutes?
Do you want to go?
No.
Tell her yes, Steve. Tell her you want to go, man.
I'm sorry about that, Zander.
No, you're good, man. No worries. You got to answer. When Mom calls, you answer, Steve. That's how it works, all right? You're in her house. Dude.
I'm going to say I'm losing confidence in Missy Elliott.
I see that.
It's becoming a problem. I mean,
do you think they should make a move?
What'd you say?
Do you think they should make a move?
No, I mean, you can't do that this late. I mean, who's out there that's going to be better? But, I mean, next year you're going to have to bring guys in to compete with that dude.
I know.
I mean, because he's getting older, and I just don't think he's going to be able to continue going forward at a high level. So, I mean, but he showed up in the playoffs. I trust him for that.
Yeah, me too. We'll see what happens.
I think this team is gaining confidence. I think I need to see what they do against a better opponent next week. You also have to watch the Kobe injury. But I like where they're at right now. I just need to see them. I think the competition's part of it, but, I mean, I feel pretty good.
Me too, man. Good stuff. Steve, thanks for joining, bro. Tell your mom I appreciate her for giving you some space to talk to me for a little bit. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for being here. I'll talk to you soon. All right, man?
Thanks, brother.
Later, dude. There's my boy, Steven. Gotta love Steven. Gotta love Steven, and gotta love Mama Steven asking if he wants to go to the Christmas fair tomorrow. All right? Steven, do me a favor. Go talk to Mom and say, I'm in on the Christmas fair. Zander wants me to go to the Christmas fair tomorrow, whatever it was she was asking him to go to. That's pretty good stuff. Ma, the meatloaf. That's funny, man. That's Steven D'Angelo in the chat, for those who don't know. All right? That's Steven D'Angelo in the chat. I don't know where he's at. So much for quiet time. That's right. All right, let's go to my boy O-Line Guru, who's set to join me right now in the post-game show. O-Line, what's up, brother?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. How you feeling about this team right now, man?
Feeling great, man. Feeling great, Xander. Feeling good. I feel, about like what I said about us. So I kind of feel, I just need to start off by saying one thing. Hold on, Xander. I'm just putting on my shirt. My bad, brother.
Good, man. No worries. My bad. I didn't know you weren't.
I want to be professional, man. I know you got a platform, brother. Hey, I just want to say one.
I like the dude, too. I like the hairdo. You're showing the hair.
Yeah, man. It's crazy right now. It's long.
Yeah, there you go.
Let me get this out the way real quick. Make sure none of you guys think I'm a bum. Let's get that out the way.
You have one of the nicer spots of the people who come on.
Thank you, Xander. They was calling me a bum before, but I'm not going to go there.
You ain't no bum. Don't listen to me. All the people who are calling you a bum, they're the bums. That's what I
Yeah. First thing first, shout out to the Birds, man. We got the win. I'm going to do that. Also, I want to say, Tennessee Key fans, I'm very, very proud of you again. You got just what you wanted. You was able to see him again for the second week in a row. Now, I ain't going to lie. We might not see him next week. I ain't gonna joke. I ain't gonna lie. You might not see your boy next week, and I'll admit that. But you got to see Tanner McKee. Now that I got that trolling out the way for the Tannerites or Tannerites, whatever you want to say. We all right, man. Like I said, we're just building confidence and consistency, Xander. That's all we need. Confidence and consistency. I don't think that we need a juggernaut to prove that. You know, I said that last week. I'm going to say it again. I don't think we need a juggernaut right now. Now, the Bills would give us the extra confidence we need before the playoffs, and I'm right there with that. But another good win. The offense looked good. We didn't have a turnover. I don't like how Hurts put the ball on the ground, though, although he got it back. I don't like that. In the playoffs, we can't have any turnovers. This is a real thing.
What's he gonna be, dude? Never gonna put the ball anywhere in harm's way. I mean, isn't that part of playing the position at some point? I mean, you want to limit him
for sure. I know this sounds crazy, but I'd much rather you throw a pick than you pull on the ground because you're not having ball security with your hand out. Like him not having ball security with the hand, like a fumble on the ground. That's a bit different from you just trying to make a play. I get it, but you pass the ball 30, 40 times. They're gonna swipe at the ball 30, 40 times in the game. I need you to have better ball security, especially when it comes to the playoffs. Because you remember against the Kansas City Chiefs in the Super Bowl, that's what cost us a win pretty much.
Yeah, it's true.
That's just the truth. You know, in the playoffs, it's a different game, man. It's a different game.
As good as he played in that game, you're right. That was costly. Yeah, are you feeling better about where Saquon is? I mean, it's a big game today.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's where I think it's like, is it the opponent? Is it I don't know. What do you make of it?
You know, I never thought Saquon lost a big of a step that was implied, that I thought people was just saying in general, the general consensus. I don't think that he lost a big of a step as implied. I think the O-line had to do with it a little bit more than some other people. With that being said, I do think he took a slight step back. I am getting more confidence. I think his biggest issue was confidence, though. I think confidence was a bigger issue than like his athleticism. I don't necessarily think he lost a step. I think he's not hitting the hole as hard because he don't think it's going to be there. Because the hole's been closing up sooner, so I don't think he's been confident behind the O-line. He's getting more confident behind the O-line.
Yeah, I agree.
I like the schemes a little bit better. The run blocking schemes. I think Barkley will be fine. We need the run game, though. We don't need 2,000. We don't need 2K.
No, we need what we got today. And even today was a little much. If we can get 4 to 4.5 yards a carry, I think you're good with that. That to me is what they need.
Yeah, but you know, I don't have much to say, Xander, when we're winning. You know, I usually come around when we're losing more.
Yeah,
you know, I'm not the Jalen Knight that just comes around when it's good. I usually come around when it's bad, honestly. I'm the reverse.
That's true.
But
all right, bro, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for doing it for me as always, man. Eagles are in a good spot. 2 games.
We're good, Xander. We're good. Now, when we beat the Bills, because I think we're gonna beat the Bills.
In Buffalo, that's a tough game, man. It's a tough game.
The Rams not the 1 seed, so it looked like we might not have to go to the Rams in the playoffs. I'm not worried about Sam Darnold. I'm gonna say it again.
Me neither, dude. I'm sorry.
Not worried about Sam. I'm not worried. Xander, it's looking like it now. Now, we got to see what we got with the Bills. We see what team we got with the Bills, we'll know for sure.
Yeah,
we play good football on the Bills and we win because we need to win. I'm feeling pretty confident, Xander. I'm feeling pretty confident. And we ain't got Jalen Carter right now. Don't forget that. We ain't got Jalen Carter.
Dude,
who else we missing? We ain't got Andrew McCougar, but Epps is playing all right. But Lane Johnson.
That's the biggest one to me.
Xander, them boys come back and it's playoff time and they coming to Philly. Hey, all right. Hey, we get it. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. We get this back-to-back, I'm gonna be insufferable next year. When it comes to Jalen, I'm gonna be insufferable. We get this back-to-back, it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
I agree. All right, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Go Birds.
Later, dude. Go Birds. There's my boy, O-line Guru. Appreciate him joining in. Let's go to Clary Voy. Then I got Gary right on the bench, Chris 3K, RMP. Oh, I got HKP. HKP's never got the camera on. I always miss you, bro. Yeah, let's go to Clary Voy next.
What up, Xander? The meatloaf, Xander. What up, dude?
Wait, look at this comment from Morty. It's hilarious. We can't gloss over the Steven interaction. That was next level. The dude didn't flinch. He handled it like Jalen in the 2-minute drill. That was off the chain. I agree. It was a hilarious interaction. I lost your mic. There you go. I got you back. Yo, what'd you make of the game today, man? Big win for the Birds. 2 straight now.
Man, so I was at a holiday party for my son, my little son, and I'm dressed like this.
How are you rocking right now? Is that what you're rocking?
You see me like this? Like, dude, like, first off, man, my jerseys weren't working. We were like we haven't been looking good. So it's like, fuck, man, I guess I'm wearing this, you know?
I like it. I
You
like
know?
it. I like the Christmas attire, my friend.
Yeah, dude. So I went with this and I was like, yo, man, like I'm going for it. And I was watching the game and they're like, yo, like you can put it on the TV. So I streamed to the TV and I was just watching the Eagles game where I was like in my crib, you know? So man, you know, I'm not on that next level of that Jalen Hurts. I never have been, you know that. But the defense looks damn good. You know, the defense looks, and then seeing Saquon, it's like, man, we're just like a game. I think it's going to depend if we can get that second seed or not. We get that if it's in line that we get the second seed, you'll see our starters next week. If not, like, yeah, you know, we'll see McKee.
I think they're going to play the starters next week. I do. I think they want to win that game.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. That's a game you got to use. I mean, I would at least. I don't know if they'll do it that way, but we'll see. So where are you on Jalen? Are you more confident in him going into the playoffs at this point?
Man, like so, like with Jalen, it's kind of weird, man. For me, like Jalen, when shit matters, that dude's legit. I'm not gonna lie, you know, he just ain't a good. To me, he's just not the best quarterback. You know, like this year, our run game's suffering. Right, it's not good. Is it our O line? Is it Barkley? I can't tell you. I hope it's the O line because I want Barkley to be good. You know, it's just man, like, dude, I watched the all 22 and people are wide open. It's like, man, like, what are you looking at? And that I can only put on Jalen. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, if we have someone else that can do that stuff, like what they say McKee could be, they offered the dude a third. You know, offered him a third. Why'd they not get rid of him? I would get rid of him if he was for a third. If I wasn't getting off Jalen, that's how I look at it. You know what I mean? So it's like, man, maybe there's more there than we know. You know, I don't know the behind the scenes kind of drama with the Eagles because let's be honest, none of the shit behind the scenes ever gets out.
It's true.
You know, so like it's like, man, like, is Jalen the dude? Right now, he is the dude, and he looks good. You know, he didn't look bad today.
I want the dude who plays good when the lights are bright.
I want the dude.
That's what I want. And that Jalen has been that. For the most part, he's been that.
I agree. He's not McNabb. He's not. But you know what? You know how he is McNabb if he don't want to run the ball. Because that's how he ends up in fucking Washington. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like, you know.
Well, I mean, for the most part, he's been big for us in the big games. Doesn't mean he's been perfect, but he's been pretty big.
You ain't lying, man. Like, dude, when he's on, he's running the ball. You know, he's doing the one reads and stuff like that. Man, he's legit. Like, I can't deny that. You know, and I'm not ever gonna deny that. He's been, dude, like. The Super Bowls, he's been good, but some people kind of forget about the other games where he only throws 100 yards, like the Rams game last year. You know what I mean? Or I'm sorry, the Packers game. You know, he's not perfect by any means, but like, you know what? He's trending in the right direction. I'm cool with it. Our defense, though, is trending on a whole different level. I'm going to be honest with you. Our defense looks good. Our defense looks legit. This is kind of like a Super Bowl level defense. And our pass rush ain't even hitting yet, you know? Our linebackers are playing good. The Dean coming out with a hamstring. I would kind of be a little bit more like, but dude, Campbell was playing pretty good, and that dude is screaming like, yo, I want to be on the field. You know what I mean? So, like, he was a first-round pick for a reason. I mean, and he was a first-round pick as a linebacker. He was meant to take over with Dean and be the dude with Vaughn. So I mean, I'm feeling good on that. And dude, Epps has been light years better than what we had in safety. Not even
the problem
close.
with the defense today is like, how much are you taking from a secondary that played against Mariota and Josh Johnson? You know, I think the defense is good from their whole body of work, but today I'm not going to go crazy.
Yeah, but like, dude, you got to kind of go back. Like, man, like I go back like the last like month, man. Like you're talking about the Packers, you're talking about, or a month and a half, you're talking about the Packers, you're talking about the Lions. I don't know, man. I think they're pretty legit. And the other side of it, though, too, like our defense has been hindered by our offense. The 3 and outs is what really has been hurting our defense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like, yeah, you got some of that, like, third downs. Like, they kind of gave up third downs and stuff like that. But dude, like they're on the field and then they're back on the field because they're 3 and out in like 40 seconds. You know, a lot of people be talking about the Seahawks because they won this game the other day. Dude, there was 2 minutes and 11 seconds. Sam Darnold had the ball, and the Lions had the ball in a minute 40. I'm sorry, not the Lions. The Rams had a minute 40. They had the ball back. That is not good football to me, man. Like a lot of people be like, "Oh, that was a great." Yeah, there was a lot of yards, there was scoring and whatnot. Sam Darnold's garbage. He's 1 and out in the playoffs. Let's be honest.
If they're not 1 and out, it'll be because that defense is pretty good too. Now they didn't play good versus the Rams, but they are a good defense.
You know what, they are, but guess what? The other day they weren't good. Like 1 and out.
They got 2 running backs and they got a good defense. I mean, they can win a playoff game. Doesn't mean they will, but let's see.
You know
all right, brother. I appreciate it, man. I got to run. I got a bunch of things.
I'll talk to you, man. Later.
All right, later, dude. I appreciate you, Clary Boy. There's my boy, Clary Boy. Appreciate him joining in today. All right, good stuff, man. Good stuff. Let me make sure I got all my chats in here. HKP, you ready, brother? Let me see if HKP's ready. He might not be ready for me. I'll go to ride on the bench if HKP's not ready. Then I got Gary. Then I got Chris Riquet. HKP, yeah, he's not ready for me. Let me go to ride on the bench. Joining me right now. What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm 6 feet above, bro. We're good. How we holding up?
Good win. 2 straight. What'd you make of the game, man?
It's just that. 2 straight, a good win, stringing together some good football at the right time.
And I think the Eagles are getting confident, dude.
I think that's really more what this is. It's more just stringing together some good sequences of football, getting your confidence back. Sequencing of play calling has been better and better since the bye week, I think. Just objectively, got to give a shout out to Kevin Patullo. He's been doing a good job. Jalen been clean the past 2 weeks. The defense obviously is the defense, and it's nice to see the running game pick up a little bit, albeit against the Raiders and the Commanders. You want to see the offensive linemen get some confidence because, quite frankly, we go as far as they take us, right? Like when they're dominant, we could really go, no pun intended, on a run, right? Yeah. So it's good to see them kind of string together some of these wins. And we got a big one against Buffalo next week. And whether or not we win or lose, it's a matter of how well you play. If you play good in Buffalo, I think the confidence is still high with, Jalen, Carter, and Lane Johnson coming back from injury, hopefully soon, and in the playoffs, it's anybody's game. You know what I'm saying? So, everyone's 0-0 at that point, so it should be a good one.
What's your concern level on Jake Elliott? 7 misses in 6 games.
Yeah, I know, and he's got 7 on the year. It's definitely not good, but you guys talked about it before. He's missing it the same way, right? So whether it's how it's coming off his foot, whether it's just mentally, it could be an easy fix. And I don't think he's somebody that's going to just have his confidence rattled by any means. Because last season we saw it and he kind of picked up his game in the playoffs. So that's what they're banking on. And quite frankly, all year long, most Eagle fans have been banking on the pedigree and the experience of this whole football team. So that's what they're going to be riding into the playoffs with. Hopefully the experience takes over because, who are the other kickers in the playoffs right now that have the experience that Jake Elliott has in big kicks, right? There's really not that many guys. So you kind of have to ride it out, see how it goes. And if we lose a game because of a miss by him, then you lose a game because of a miss by him, and then you make a change in the offseason because you're not making a change now. You're not making a change in any capacity with the Eagles at this moment other than getting healthy and just getting right. So there's really not much else you can really do other than just kind of see how it goes.
What do you think of next week? You think they win in Buffalo?
I think they can. I don't know if Lane's coming back next week. I don't know what the status of it is.
Pretty good. I've heard that it looks pretty good. Lane's been doing some more things, but
right.
I'm not sure yet. We'll see.
And again, that defense in Buffalo is not the strongest unit, right? Like it's not a great unit in Buffalo. So like you could move the ball in Buffalo on them, and who knows what Vic Fangio can do against a guy like Josh Allen? Because as great as Josh Allen is, he can have inexplicable moments where he just plays like really sloppy football. So maybe you catch him on a bad week. It should be a high-scoring game. So if you feel Philadelphia can score 28 points in Buffalo, which I believe they can based on that defense over there, that could be a pick 'em game. But if Josh Allen is hot, then Josh Allen is hot, and it kind of just is what it is. You just have to play well, in my opinion. That's why I'm not going to take away anything bad if you lose in Buffalo. You got to play well, though. You can't lose by like 10 or by a 2-score game. You got to play well.
You could kill that confidence quick if you don't play well there. We'll
exactly.
You
just got to play well. So.
Yep, I agree. All right, man. I appreciate you joining in, dude. Thanks for doing it. A good Saturday night win for the Birds. I'll talk to you next week. All right, dude?
Yes, sir. One love, everybody. Go Birds.
Later, dude. Appreciate it, man. Go Birds. Let's go to HKP. Joining me next here on the post-game show. HKP, what's up, my dude?
How we feeling, Z? How we feeling, man? How we feeling, man?
Feeling good, man. How are you feeling, brother?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Two straight wins for the Birds. What'd you make of the game today?
It was a great game, to be honest with you. Z. A great game from start to finish. I love what I saw. Besides the opening kickoff, um, I mean, a win is a win. I guess you could say that. I wanted a little bit more dominance, I guess. But
Division, though, you know what
you
I
know,
mean? Like when it's
yeah,
division, HKP, I take it a little differently. You know, it's like
yeah,
beating
it is. It is.
by 3. Like, all right, I'll take it, you know?
1,000%, 1,000%. So that's another big reason why I wasn't, you know, too, you know, 'cause my brother kept reminding me. My brother's a Cowboys fan, so he kept reminding me throughout the game. He's like, "Bro, it's
Uh,
divisional, man."
your brother
Yeah.
is a what?
Yes, my brother is a cow. I have two older brothers. One is a Cowboys fan. One is a Commanders fan. My father is a Cowboys fan, and my mom is a Commanders fan. So it's all NFC East in my household, man.
Bro, and you're the Eagles fan? How did you become an Eagles fan?
Just I don't. To be honest with you, Z, that's honestly a great question. Just for as long as I've known, since I've been watching football, I've always been an Eagles fan.
Wow, that's
Like
great. I love that.
so, yeah.
Tell all
My
the
first memory of
family to shove it. All right. I love you,
yeah,
but I
yeah. I had to, man. I had to, man.
good stuff. All right, dude. Are you where are you on Jalen, man? Because I know you were you know, and I get it.
I mean, I'm in.
We're off base because a lot of people come in here and say, "Oh, the haters." Are, you know. I don't think it's that. Jalen has what he has. He's got things he's great at and things that he struggles with. You know, I think when he plays to his strengths, that's when the Eagles are in a good spot. What have you made of Jalen the last couple of weeks and then today?
I mean, I think he's been playing well. I think he's been doing what the team has asked him to do. I think he has his moments of frustration where he kind of lets it out. You know what I'm saying? When he makes a throw here and there that I think he really believes in himself and he wants Nick and them to open the offense up for him a lot of times. And I think they've tailored the offense to him very, very well. And I think in these last games he's doing a good job of coming out executing the game plan. I'm just not haven't been too big on these last 2 games just because of the opponents.
Yeah, I agree.
But I do love the way that they're spreading it out. I think like at one time I had talked to you about that on here, just about why don't we go full, just spread out Jalen back there by himself and just let him just pick the read of what he wants to do, run, let the ball go. Those receivers, that great tight end, the running back, somebody will be open. You know what I mean? And when those guys catch the ball, they'll have the ability to be able to make a play and get you 5 to 10 yards, which is usually going to be a first down and keep you at short field, which is how the Eagles want to play and run the ball and just keep it like that because that's how we want to play football. And the first losing streak we had in a long time was because we weren't able to do that. We don't do well playing 3rd and 9, and we do well in 3rd and 3 though, 3rd and 4. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? So I think that's where the balance of why the Eagles look so bad on 3rd down, why the percentage is so low this year is because of that. And I think throughout this little win streak here we've had, it's given a lot of the players confidence. And I love the way they're looking going into Buffalo, but Buffalo is where you stamp it at. This is where you actually are playing a good team and you have to show the world that you're real, you know?
Not about it, man. I agree. What do you make of what do you think of that game next week, bro? That's a big one.
I think we can win it. I think on paper, I think every team the Eagles stack up against on paper, they're gonna be better than, but I think against this Buffalo team, they're gonna have it's in Buffalo, right? So they're,
Yeah.
they're gonna it's gonna be it's a hard place to play. It's gonna be freezing. J Mac always comes on here and says how Jalen doesn't play well in cold games, and that's probably going to be a factor. So hopefully we're able to run the ball, which I believe we should be able to do. I don't know if Lane's going to be back or not. I really want us to just fit those guys because we've clinched our playoff spot. I'd rather those guys come back for the playoffs, be 100% healthy. Him and Jalen Carter just come back for the playoffs, be 100% healthy, and just be ready to make a run. But I do want us to go out there and really, really stamp this little mini win streak that we're on by beating just a solid team that I think once the playoff starts, to be honest, I think everybody on the AFC side is going to be picking Buffalo to come out on that side as the AFC champions. So
Yeah, I agree. We'll see what happens. All right, dude. I appreciate you joining in, man. Enjoy the rest of your night. I'll talk to you again soon. All right, brother. Enjoy your
yeah,
Christmas.
brother.
Christmas Day, man.
You too, bro. Merry Christmas. Love you, bro.
Oh, yeah, man. Later, bro. There's my boy HKP. Appreciate my boy HKP. All right. Let's go to Gary. Then I got Chris 3K. Then RMP joined back in. There he is. All right, let's go to Gary. Gary joining me right now in the post game. Gary, what's up, brother?
What's up, Zander? How you doing, man?
Good, man. How you been? I haven't talked to you in a little bit.
Yeah, we're not bad. Just enjoying our off season from NASCAR. Got my off season beard going, and
there you go, brother.
A little under the weather, but
good. How'd the season close up? Good.
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. It's been a rough week for us over here after Thursday, but
really sad story.
Yeah.
Anything you want to share about that? I know it's sad, but I mean, if you have
I mean, I didn't know Greg that much. I knew his friends and a lot. We're all pretty close. The community is, and
yeah, right. I could tell just from the time I was there how close the community was.
Yeah, I mean, you see everybody travels together. So I mean, within like 5 minutes of it happening, I was getting texts from some of my friends because there's a lot of race shops that are around that airport, and they all saw it happen. So it's like, some of his closest friends watched him die. It's crazy, but
yeah, really sad, man. For those who don't know,
yeah,
former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle passed away with his entire family this weekend. Gary works with NASCAR and does a lot with them. Gary, thanks for sharing on that. What'd you make of the Eagles game today, brother?
Yeah, I thought it was great. I'm not gonna go crazy over beating the Raiders and the Commanders 2 weeks in a row, but I knew this game was going to be chippy. It's a division game. Right. Commanders we haven't seen them since the NFC Championship game, so they were going to have something, that they wanted to prove. But the Eagles did what they had to do. I'm sitting here reflecting on the season. All these bad teams that we've played outside of that Giants one, we've pretty much done what we've had to do. We've had some tough games against really good teams, but I mean, we're what 10-5 now.
10-5. Yep.
It hasn't looked great at times, but I'm feeling pretty good about us getting moving. Over the past couple of years under Sirianni, we've shown to go on long winning streaks.
Yep.
After losing, and now would be a great time to start one right before the playoffs.
Yeah, well, they've gotten two, and I do feel the sense of confidence returning on the team. That doesn't mean it's going to lead them the whole distance, but I think that's a big thing in these sports that people don't take into account. And I sense the confidence from the team for sure.
Yeah, and I think that goes a long way. That's one thing I don't think we had in the middle of the season was we had confidence, but it was kind of more, there was a lot of questions, and I think that they're finding what's working. They had that one whole drive today where they were in the spread, empty spread the whole time, and they just, they moved the ball pretty well down the field. I don't feel like I've seen that, sustain across a whole drive. So that's cool. That puts another thing on tape that people have to worry about. Jalen looked good, and his foot injury or whatever was non-existent. And I think next week's the Super Bowl preview, if I had to guess.
Wow,
I'm sitting here thinking about all the quarterbacks that are lined up in the playoffs. I mean, we got potentially we got maybe Jordan Love if he's not too hurt. I mean, Stafford's good. Goff maybe.
I don't even know if Goff will get in. I mean,
I don't even know who the other quarterback is.
You're looking at Darnold. You're looking at Baker probably if they win this out. Baker or Jordan. You got Brock Purdy.
I mean,
Caleb Williams.
And on the AFC side, it's even worse. So
Drake May. You got
a lot of inexperience. I really think the Bills are. Their defense is. You never know what you're going to get with them. I feel like primetime games, they tend to play a little bit better, but I think that if they get their act together, that they can go on a run on that side. And I think that we're poised to go on our run just out of experience. Vic has something on Sean McVay that it's intangible. I know they're on paper, they're a really good team. They always look really good. They played us tough, but there's something about the stunts. I don't know if it's in the stunts or what Vic does, but our line can really get to Stafford whenever our D line can really get to them.
You're right. We have their number for sure.
Yeah, and they're playing way better than they were in week 3 or whatever when we played them. So I'm feeling pretty good about it. But as always with this team, you just sometimes you just never know what you're gonna get. I'll sit down for a game and be like, I can't wait to see this. I'll text my dad. I'll be like, all right, here we go. We're gonna win by 20. And then we lose by 8.
I know. In the ugliest performance of all time. That's very Eagle. You're right, bro.
Yeah.
All right, Garrett, great talking with you, man. I miss you, bro. I hope everything is good with you. I'm glad the NASCAR season finished up well for you. And I appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Have a good one.
All right, man. There's my boy Gary. Appreciate Gary for joining in. Really sad story, man, that NASCAR thing. Super, super sad. So definitely was thinking of Gary because that NASCAR community is real tight. Gary works very closely with NASCAR. So that was a really freaking sad story, man. I mean, those stories rock me. I hate stories like that, obviously, as I'm sure everybody does. But very sad that it happened that way. And Gary, I appreciate you, man. For those who don't know, Gary actually had me at the NASCAR in the summer. Brought me out, got me the full garage access. One of the coolest things I've done, man. I was fully in the garage with the cars. It was really dope. So I appreciate him. Let's go to Chris 3K. Then I got RMP to close us up. Chris 3K joining me right now. What's up, Chris? How you doing, my man?
What it do, Zander? You got me?
I got you, man. Look good, sound good. What'd you make of the Eagles game today? Second straight win, brother.
Before I go into that, man, first and foremost, man, respect to the driver, man, Greg Biffle, man. That was a crazy story to hear. So definitely prayers up for him and his family. It's crazy. But getting to the game, man, I mean, look, we 15 weeks. I mean, this team has been dissected every single day of the season, but I don't think today is the day necessarily for that. This team just broke a curse that hasn't been done in 20 years, man. Back to back championships. I don't think I mean, people critique the team and Jalen and everything like that, and it's understandable. I mean, I love Jalen though, but I think today is a day of a level of greatness. I mean, gratefulness in the sense that we're doing things in this division that haven't been done in a long time. And it happens to be us. So. Good win. I feel like confidence is a real thing. I don't really care so much about who they're playing right now. I just care about the way they're playing. That's more important.
I agree. I agree with you, dude. I mean, you're not gonna sit here and say, oh, they beat the best teams in the league, so they're going to the bowl. But I agree. They're finding their rhythm, man, at the right time. It's late in December now, bro. This is when it happens.
You know what I'm saying? Like, this is when you want to be playing well. I don't care who you're playing against at this point. It doesn't matter. As long as they're playing well, and I think they're finding some good things offensively, like throwing A.J. Brown the ball. That tends to be good. And Saquon got going. I feel like some of the run blocking it still leaves a lot to be desired. I think he's having to work too hard at times just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think the defensive style. I think the defense today just was in bad positions because of special teams, like the missed field goal, the fumble on the first play of the game. That kind of put them in bad spots. But all in all, man, I mean, back-to-back NFC East champions, man. I don't think people can dissect and break down all 22s whenever they want. But today, I feel like it's a day to understand. Like, you can't take accomplishments like this for granted because it hasn't happened in our division in a long time. So that's kind of my main takeaway from it.
No doubt. You mentioned Jalen there. Where are you on him, man? I mean, he's had an up and down year. I don't think it's all on him. I think the team has been up and down in a lot of ways. But I do think he's responded well. It's one of the things that I think, whether you love Jalen or you hate him, you got to give him credit. The guy knows how to fucking respond in big moments. He steps up to the plate when the noise gets loud. He doesn't waver. It's my favorite thing about him. What do you make of him right now through the last couple weeks?
I mean, I'm good with Jalen, man. Like I said, does he have things that, like, okay, he's not Matt Stafford. He's not going to go out there like Matt did and throw for 500 yards the other day. That's not him. He's not right. But I mean, for us, we're a Super Bowl contender, and the guy's track record speaks for itself. Whether you like him or not, you can't argue what's on paper, especially in the Super Bowls and in the NFC Championship game last year. And I say this, and I was telling somebody else this. I'm like, I think overall the quarterback position in the NFL is extremely, I don't want to say average because they're all good players, obviously, but you look at the NFC landscape in terms of quarterbacks, who you want? Brock Purdy? You want Sam Darnold? Who?
Yeah.
Somebody show, because we're locked in now, so we know we'll be there. So Jordan Love, I mean, who? And
no, I did this exercise on Friday with Sileo. He said, rank the quarterbacks. And then I said, all right, now rank who you trust in a playoff game.
That's what I'm saying.
Jalen was second for me behind Stafford, and it ain't that far off.
It's not that far off. You know what I'm saying? From a talent perspective, yeah. But this isn't the NFL.
That's a different combo. I'm talking about trust in the big moments. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm with you because I'm like, we're not doing the NFL draft tomorrow. If you want to do that, that's a different conversation. Save that. But we're talking about January football. Who can win 2 to 3 consecutive games and show up when it counts? Outside of, if you take the whole playoff landscape, I mean, Jalen's right there neck and neck with anybody. So, like I said, I know it. I love Jalen. I think he's a gamer. Does he have his flaws? Sure. Is he perfect? No. I mean, but he's done what he's done, and I love the guy. I think he's a gamer, and I don't worry about him in big situations.
Me neither. Me neither. Good stuff, man. I appreciate you joining in, brother. Any final thoughts before the big Bills game? You think they win that game next
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, bro. I'm glad you brought that up. Hey, it's not a big game to me, man. What the Eagles are Super Bowl champions, man. We don't make statements in the regular season, bro. That just doesn't happen. Like I don't subscribe necessarily to the notion that they have to prove something against a better level. I mean, well, first of all, I don't think the Bills.
What about for themselves? What about for their own psyche?
I don't think they have to beat the Bills to prove anything.
But here's the thing. Here's the only spot I'd push back on you on this is the Eagles have shown that they've listened to some of the outside noise. Like they've shown that they've heard it and they think there's merit to it because they've changed their approach on some of the things. So now if you go in there and beat the Bills, now it's like we are that team. We are them guys. You know, I want them to get that back. And I think if you beat the Bills, bro, we could go on a run.
I get you, but I'm more of a performance guy than necessarily win or loss because, like I said, them beating the Bills. First of all, I think they're the superior team to the Bills. They're better from top to bottom. I still believe that. I agree with you in terms of the confidence aspect, but I'm like, I think this is what Jalen I think really does well. He doesn't get too high and he doesn't get too. He stays in that even keel kind of place, and I feel like them going up there and winning. I'm talking more so from the outside perspective, like making this Bills game seem as if they got to make a statement. I'm like, these are Super Bowl champs, bro. They've been there, done this before. Like,
that's true.
Do it as, like I said, regular season statements are for like the Dallas Cowboys, teams that don't win shit. They make regular season statements. I think the Eagles, they go about this like they go about any other game because, like I said, we got to respect what this team has done. You know what I'm saying? These other teams that haven't won anything, they can make regular season statements. For us, we want to win, but, I mean, we beat the Rams this year. We beat, Kansas City are what they are, but we've beaten the plethora of good teams, and we're the chance, bro. I think we just go up there, do what we do, just go about the business as usual.
I like that take. Good stuff. All right, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for joining in.
This last one. The Jake Elliott thing, I actually think it's not as horrible as it may seem because field goals don't win you championships anyway. I think them being aggressive on 4 downs, kind of like what Detroit does, but obviously executing better.
That's Tom Brady about that.
Yeah.
That's Tom Brady about field goals winning championships.
Well, I mean, that's a different thing, though, because we know our defense, we can't keep well, first of all, Brady didn't have this level of offensive talent. I will say that.
He didn't.
So I'm saying, just to wrap it up, I think at times us being a little bit more aggressive and not being so conservative, it may be to our benefit. And Brady didn't play in this 4th down aggressive era. That's another thing. So
that's true. Very different eras. I agree. All right, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for joining in as always, man. You're always great. It's great talking with you.
Appreciate you, man.
Later, dude. There's my boy Chris 3K. Good stuff there. Appreciate Chris 3K. Appreciate everybody for being here, man. Ellie Johnson. I think I said that name right. Philadelphia. Appreciate you, bro. JD3, Morty Twiz. Appreciate all you guys, man. I got RMP in the green room. I haven't talked to RMP all year. Where's he been?
What up,
what's up, my dude?
What's going on, man? Merry Christmas, man, to everybody.
Merry Christmas to you, brother. What do you make of this Eagles team? Dude, I haven't talked to you all year. How you been, bro?
I've been hiding out, man. I've been working. I can't get the signal at my job. I can't get the Wi-Fi's off.
Excuse for me. I like a man who works his ass off.
But
all right, so good stuff.
And then you're on late. I can't be on super late. So today's is early enough.
Yeah, right. Early enough.
Yeah.
What do you make of this team, man? Where are you on the squad?
Man, we're heating up. It's like they're turning the stove on.
Yeah.
Starting to heat up a little bit. And like if you look at us all season, even like let's rank our losses. We got 5 losses. The Broncos lost. We were in that game. We should have won. They kind of, even a Hail Mary at the end almost won it. And then you start looking at the couple other losses. The Dallas Cowboys loss, who was up 21.
That was a bad loss.
We kind of like,
was bad. Giants loss was bad.
And even the Chargers loss, where Jalen had the worst, we were still in it at the end of that game.
Yep.
So all I'm trying to say is, we start turning that flame up a little bit and just start having our quarterback not make turnovers, because that's what kills him. And he could throw for 100 and whatever, 75 yards, whatever. As long as the running game is going, you know what I mean? As long as we got the running game going and the defense is playing good, we can afford that. And I think the problem is when Jalen's throwing plus 30 times and we forget about the running game completely, that's when we start running into problems.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, I think we're starting to, cook a little bit.
You concerned with Elliott at all?
Absolutely, man. last year he was kind of inconsistent too, if you remember. So like
he
now
turned it on in the postseason.
I don't know, man. I'm
kind of with you. I'm losing my confidence.
Yeah, it was 2 years in a row. He had 3 kicks in a row. Like they called a flag. They gave him a redo. He couldn't get it. All went whoop. Like all of them went whoop.
Everyone.
Yeah. So I don't know if his accuracy's a little off. I don't know if that's confidence or if he just got the yips or what. But it's 2 years in a row, my guy. You gotta start hitting those little easy ones.
So, I know. And that's big in the postseason. You got to get those special teams points. But all right, brother, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Any other Eagle thoughts for me, bro, before I let you run?
Nah, man. I'm just saying, like, I know it was the Raiders. I know, it's the Commandos, but a win's a win. And, you start turning that little flame up a little bit, start to get closer to the playoffs.
Get that thing on high. We need that water boiling, RMP.
Yeah. Start cooking.
All right, brother. I appreciate you, man. Thanks for joining in.
Yep. Merry Christmas.
There's my boy RMP, man. Appreciate everybody. Great panel of Eagle fans today, man. JAKIB Nation always shows out. I love doing the post-game show with everybody, man. It's always fun talking with everybody. I appreciate everybody. JD3, HKP, Twiz, Deshay. What up, Deshay? L, I saw you correct your pronunciation. Sorry for pronouncing that wrong. L, appreciate you being here. I always see your comments, L, on the channel after we're live. So I know you have some good thoughts on the game. I always see them all. I always try and read all the comments on the channel, even the suckers and the losers and the haters. Here's Morty. Agree the Elliott situation may inadvertently help the offense's decision making. That's true. Probably make them more aggressive, Morty, which might be a good thing, man. All right. At least he didn't overcorrect and miss right. Then he'd be all messed up. I appreciate it. I think that's fair. HKP, appreciate you, bro. I love you, HKP. HKP, you know what's a sad thing, HKP? I'll tell you what's a sad thing. That you came last year for the parade from Washington, D.C., if I'm not mistaken. I think that's where you live. And you drove to the city of brotherly love for the parade, and me and you were probably within a half a mile of one another. And we never got to shake hands and say what up. That's a sad thing, HKP. If we have another one of those parades, we can't let that happen. I'm still mad about it too, bro. Come on, man. Come on. You remember Jason P. That's right, Twiz. Yo, Twiz, we might have to sign JP back. Yo, talk some sense into this kicker, man. That's funny as hell, man. What the hell, Ringo? L, I'm with you. I mean, L, can someone tell Killing Ringo Josh Johnson is throwing the football? You don't need to tackle the wide receiver in the end zone. The throw is 3 yards away anyway. All right? The throw is 3 yards away anyway. Deshay, I love this word. I love this phrase, I guess I should say. Aggressive efficiency. I mean, that is perfect. So, Zane with you, Ringo. I don't want to pick. I'm not trying to pick on him, Steven. I mean, he's a backup corner at this point, but I just don't understand why. It's almost like when the ball's in the air, he gets these jitters. Like the ball's in the air and he starts panicking. Like tackle the receiver. Like, bro, never in the history of cornerbacking has tackling the receiver before the ball arrives worked out for you. So it is what it is. But all right, guys, man, I appreciate all you guys. Great show today. It's a good win. It's a hell of a win for this football team. I know. It's the Commanders. They suck. So many of you guys want to go down that road. I don't go down that road. It's the NFC East. It's a divisional opponent. As far as I'm concerned, we split with the Cowboys and we split with the Giants. You get a win in Washington to close up the division, the first time you win a division back-to-back in 20-plus years. And you solidify now your spot to the postseason, 5 straight years with Jalen Hurts and Nick Sirianni. Come on, let's look for the good here. All right, let's look for the good here. I think we're past the point of the year where we criticize everything, the way the game is played, every part of it. Look, I'm just going to enjoy this game as it comes. I will call it out if I see it, and I'm not going to say I won't call anything out. But I think we've reached the point of the year where we know who we are. And now you just got to try and play your best football. Become as confident as you can be. put one foot in front of the other, limit your mistakes, play your game, and let the chips fall where they may. So I think the Eagles are in a good spot, man. I think the Eagles are in a good spot, finding some rhythm, finding some confidence. Remember, you got one more confidence game left of the year, that Commander game. So NFC's champs, man. All right? I know. We got bigger sights. I understand that. But the first thing you got to do is win your division. And they did that today. So that's a big thing. I'm proud of the team. I think they handled themselves well. I think Jalen Hurts has handled himself very well. A lot of talk, a lot of hate, a lot of criticism. A lot of that from me. I won't, I don't have any problem saying that. And I think he's answered the call well. So I'm proud of Jalen for that. I'm proud of the Eagles team. I think they're coming together. And by the way, a shout out once again. Tyler Steen said, I ain't no bitch. Tyler Steen, you want to go? Hey, Commanders, let's go. I love that. I think for a team that struggled to find themselves this year, in a weird way, if you've played organized sports, you know what I'm talking about. I think that's a way to galvanize this team. Bring that locker room might be here, and they might have gotten closer to here in the last couple weeks. I need them to be like this in the postseason. Does Tyler Steen taking on 8 communists in one play, does that galvanize the locker room? I think it might, folks. I think it might. Buy the Tyler Steen jersey. JD3, you called it on Tyler Steen. I fucking love this guy. All right? All right, guys, I appreciate it, man. And, good point. Lane and Jalen Carter coming back. Remember, Lane and Jalen Carter coming back. That's a good spot. All right, I think this team can make a run. Let's see what we got. Love all you guys. RMP, thanks for joining. HKP, thanks for joining. Everybody that joined. Joe Whip. Yo, Steven. Steven, where are you, brother? Where's my boy Steven? There he is. Iconic moment with your mom on the show tonight. That was pretty hilarious. Thanks for joining, bro. And appreciate everybody else for joining. All right. Love all you guys. Appreciate all you guys. Hit that like button on the way out. Did you stretch today? HKP, I've been stretching, bro. All right. The back is getting loose, HKP. All right. Come on, man. Come on. We out here stretching, HKP. That back is hurting, though, man. All right. Love all you guys. Hit the like button on your way out. See you next time, everybody.
Ignite your nights with free live entertainment daily, only at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia's Center Bar. 7 days a week, enjoy some of the region's top party bands, performers, and DJs as they take the stage in the heart of the casino action. Great cocktails, live music, and lively moments. It's all happening at Center Bar at Live Casino and Hotel Philadelphia. Visit livecasinophilly.com for more details and the complete list of upcoming events. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is Eric. When he got injured in a car accident, he called Morgan & Morgan. He not only gets a lawyer, he gets trial lawyers like Sam and Jessica, who are in it to win it. He gets his own investigators with briefcases, leather ones. And if you ever have questions, our customer service folks keep things rolling. Injured? We're your army. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Welcome to the Jet Setters and the High Rollers, to the Shot Takers and the Tastemakers. Welcome to the Viewfinders, the Thrill Seekers, and the Night Owls. Welcome to everything you could possibly want on one 5-mile island. Welcome to the Wildwoods. Book your stay today.
In our hometown, we all look out for each other. We go the extra mile to lend a helping hand.
Thank you.
We step up to keep our communities going strong. And at Independence Blue Cross, we're here to keep you going strong. We've been deeply rooted in our communities for more than 85 years. And that connection to members has earned us our spot as the #1 health insurer in the region. So while you look out for your neighbors, know IBX is always looking out for you.
Your gut says Miami is going to win, and you should take the over. Your gut also said your NFT selfies would only go up in value. They didn't. But your head is on Sports Grid and knows the QB is in concussion protocol. The backup has a 45 QBR against the zone coverage. The New York D has the most sacks in the league. So yeah, trust your head. It's smarter to be on Sports Grid.
EAGLES, Eagles.